Welcome, guys. 4, maybe 5 hours of the first ever tripod punt cast begins now. So, never done anything like this before, guys, but I had the opportunity to watch the Super Bowl locally, which I'm happy to do. And to be completely honest with you guys, I reckon I'd probably enjoy the game a little bit more if I didn't have all this responsibility and I could just kick back and watch it and cheer on the hundreds of bets and tips that I've shared or Nettie shared or others have in the group. But I wanted to try and create a show like this where you can kind of bring me into your living room if you want to do that. I really appreciate your company, so please comment. Well, it's 9:30 right now where I live, maybe 10:30 during daylight savings. Supposedly kickoffs now. I'm sure it's probably another 5 or 10 minutes. So actually, I do have a same game multi that I cooked this morning that I'm going to share to everyone who is tuning in live. Bonus multi with Toppy that you can get on right now. So I put that in the comments on the screen as well. So my multi a little bit different, but there's some thinking behind it. On top of you go field goal markets, first quarter field goal, no. First quarter touchdown, yes. So I'm looking at if there's a long drive, teams like Philly go for it on fourth down. Don't keep the field goal, we get a touchdown. Okay, second quarter field goal, yes, is pretty short, but I figure there's a good chance of a field goal in the second quarter, especially end of the half. Then I've gone over 9.5 points in the first half. So what I'm really looking for, if there's no field goals, is touchdown. So I'm looking for something like 7-7 after the first quarter, which I think was the score 2 years ago. Maybe there was an extra point, maybe 7-6, but something like that. And then over 5.5 touchdowns, because basically if we get 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, we're a massive favourite to get 4 more for the rest of the game. So it's a little bit convoluted, you might say, but I've been in the lab. I really like the odds on that. $15 you can get on top of you, right, with those 5 markets. So I'll give you guys a chance to build that. You can build other variations off that, like you can link in player touchdowns and yards. I've kept it relatively simple. You'll see my tips scrolling across the bottom on the ticker. There's 2 guys I'm really targeting. Probably my favourite player of all is Devontae Smith. I'm just thinking in this dome, he's Quicksilver. I'm looking for Devontae Smith to have a whale of a game and for the Chiefs to dial in, trying to stop Saquon, giving Eagles receivers some one-on-ones, and I think if Hurts can find Smith, he's the kind of guy that can beat defenders, get him in space, he's extremely dangerous, superstar wide receiver. I know so is AJ Brown, but I'm really keen on Devontae Smith. And then to diversify a little bit, my favourite player for the Chiefs offense, who maybe is under the radar a little bit, is Hollywood Brown. So I've got Hollywood Brown for his yardage. And basically the 2 receivers that I like, I played both their yardage. Brown was 40 plus. Devontae Smith was essentially 50 plus. But then I backed them each for a touchdown. I backed them each for first TD. I backed them each for first TD second half. And I backed them each for last TD. So I'm going to be cheering very loudly if Smith or Brown get the TD. That's Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown on the Chiefs. And when those sides are in scoring position in the red zone, I'm going to be pretty biased, hoping that those players get a look in. I've gone, just beyond the most popular selections. Speaking of most popular, Tristan's messaged me this morning. He said the biggest bet they're taking is 125K on the Chiefs. So they are cheering for the Eagles, although there's been money steadily coming in on the Eagles. The line is still 1.5. It stayed pretty steady. The Chiefs is a slight favourite to win their 3rd straight Lombardi trophy. And then Tristan said the usual suspects, everyone who's back in Chiefs has gone Saquon TD, Jalen Hurts TD. For the Chiefs, the most popular, as you can imagine, is Travis Kelce. Tristan did mention the anthem. The anthem will be before the game, right? So Tristan mentioned they've had a lot of money on under 120 seconds. So we can check that out. That's going to be one of my limitations. I'm going to have my volume either muted or very low. So I might have missed something important the commentators say. And I can't really time the anthem and stuff. So I'll lean on you guys in the chat too to let me know if I missed something or if I'm asking an obvious question. It could just be because I didn't hear it. I'll try not to talk the entire time because I will kind of try and listen a little bit from play to play. I don't know exactly how this will go, but again, the Super Bowl has that many stoppages that I think I can talk my head off for the next 4 or 5 hours, talk about what I think the next play is going to be, talk about what the teams are doing. We're going to have the live odds on the screen. We're going to put some stats on the screen. So we're going to try and follow the status of as many bets as possible. So I'd love you to add into the comments what you guys have backed. Tell me your favourite bet for the game. So hopefully, also other things, just let me know if you can see me all right. The display is very hard with the amount of windows I'm going to have going, and then my attention's not like a normal pod. My attention's not on the computer screen. My attention's on the TV. So please let me know if like I'm out of focus, I'm not in the screen, you can't hear me well. Please give me any heads up. I do appreciate it. And if you can't hear me right now, if you've got any tips, please shoot it in the comments, and I can roll your comments onto the screen. Right, we've got the coin toss that's happening right now. You would think whoever wins the coin toss is going to defer. So if you've got a team on first quarter, first half, you want them to lose the coin toss right now. I didn't have any specific first half play, so I'm really not too fast. And I have back to first hitting on both sides, so I'm not too fast. And I'm not listening, but it looks like he's pointing to Philly. He's pointing to Philly taking the ball. So I presume that the Chiefs just won the toss and Philly is going to receive the kickoff. So if you did play the first touchdown scorer, you know, you've got a little bit better chance if you are on an Eagle or any Eagles for first half, first quarter bets. That's a little win for you. Hopefully I'm coming through all right. The other thing I was meant to say as well, over the next 4 or 5 hours, we're going to try and get some guests on too. So get some other people involved and hear from some of your favourite members of the pod family. Everyone's out and about today, as you can imagine, but some good friends of the show. We've got Winny, Undertaker, Adonis. Might get Tristan to dive in, let us know how they're seeing it, how their bets are going, what they're making of the game. So again, if you guys are watching right now, you can always weigh in as well with how you're seeing it. And I will be putting on live odds, I'll be putting on stats and stuff, but the game has not actually kicked off, so some of the windows I can't open yet. So once the game actually kicks off, I'll give it a minute, and then I'll be tinkering with this display, and you'll get hopefully a nice punting companion to the game. Follow the live odds, and I think it should be fascinating to watch this game, which, as I said, could go the next 4 hours, and see how play influences the live odds, the live total. I can weigh in on that. I can mention if I would bet on any live markets, if I think anything's a good value, and you guys can let me know the same as well. We are live right now on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm not going to upload this as a pod. This video is going to be absolutely massive. So if you're watching this, it's exclusively live. Tommy's already had enough to stop talking. No way, Tommy. I'd love to hear from Tommy. If you want to dial into the show, mate, message me. I can send you a link. I can give you the studio as well. Commiserations on the Ravens. I really feel like how many? I don't think. I think there were 5 really good teams this year, and any of them could have made the Super Bowl. Any of them could have won it. I think it was the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs. I really feel like there was nothing between any of those sides. You look at Bills, Ravens, how close that game was, and then you look at Bills, Chiefs. They really both those games could have gone either way. And everyone will always say, oh, that team was always going to win. I'm not a believer in that. I really feel like you change one play in those games, you get a different result. And then in the NFC, Philly got the charmed run and did not have to leave Philadelphia. And Philly was at home since like week 16 or something. So they played like 5 straight weeks at home. So pretty well rested. Rested the starters in week 18. So Philly got that great run, but the other team that I think was Super Bowl caliber was Detroit. It's just that aggressive play just didn't pan out for them. 5 turnovers in the divisional round after getting that 1 seed. The defensive injuries caught up in Detroit as well. So I really was never confident like who was coming out of the NFC. I did say Philly preseason, and I said Philly all year, but I don't want to take too much credit because when we did the playoff preview, and I knew that Detroit had home field, I actually suggested Detroit would win the NFC. And in the NFC, I wasn't as big of a believer in Kansas City as I was in Buffalo and the Ravens. And I've eaten crow on that. But I said all along, I
do not believe the Chiefs are quite as good as Buffalo and the Ravens, but the Chiefs had a massive advantage thanks to winning basically every regular season game. That the Chiefs never had to leave Arrowhead, the Chiefs got that bye, and it's a very narrow margin. And because the Chiefs were the 1 seed, the Chiefs didn't have to beat the Ravens and the Bills, just one of them. So that's a huge advantage. So no surprise to see the Chiefs here again, though. To make it to 3 straight Super Bowls, to be shooting for 4 in 6 years, to be shooting for 3 in a row, it is unprecedented. I mean, a team has never won 3 straight Super Bowls, so it is insane. And I'm not a Chiefs hater. The problem I've got as a punter is I was actually all over the Chiefs in the early rounds. Before everyone was kind of onto them, I was on the Chiefs 2 years ago against the Eagles. But now you're dealing with a Super Bowl champion. I wasn't really back on the Chiefs last year. And now they're a back-to-back Super Bowl champion. And I just find that it's hard to get value on those type of teams. And in the NRL, it's a bit like I don't back the Panthers as often as I should. But sometimes these teams can defy the fact that the odds might not be great. And the odds do turn out to be great. You look at a team like the Patriots over 15, 20 years, they were pretty profitable backing them, even though everybody was. And that's a testament to how great that team was, that Patriots. Patriots went out a couple of dynasties, the 2000s dynasty, and then again in the 2010s. And this was a phenomenal dynasty that we're witnessing for the Chiefs. And I look back at some of these wins they had. Like last year, they won the Super Bowl in overtime. The Eagles game, they win by 3 points, get the flag at the end. Even the other Super Bowl, they beat San Francisco. The Chiefs were down 10 in the fourth quarter. Like a lot of close games have gone Kansas City's way, but as we all know, they've got a ridiculous record, Kansas City, in tight games and just being able to pull it out. So, kickoff just went for a touchback. Again, we'll back that. I think that was a short favourite. We used to like betting on that. Feeling like the kicker comes out amped up and boots it out of the end zone. He used to get even money, but I think that was a really short favourite this year. And I don't really want to be like the commentator for this game, and I'll definitely wear my voice out at all of you guys if I talk through every play. So I'm going to put my sound on. Please tell me if like the sound messes this coverage up a bit or not, or if it's alright. So there will be times where I'll kind of just be listening because I'm watching the play. That's that one. It's only 4 yards, but Chiefs are going to get tired if they're going to deal with that 25 times today. And if Philly has their way, they'll hand it into Saquon's belly 25 times plus today. Especially the fact that Philly gets the ball start the game. You feel like they just want to get in front and they just want to dictate terms the rest of the way. I'm just going to hop up so I can check my phone because guys will message me when it suits them to jump on the live coverage. And also, if I'm messing around, it's because I'm going to start putting the live odds and the down distance and score on the vacant part of the screen that you can see. There's my boy. Oh, geez, he got blasted. But there's my boy, Devontae Smith. 7 or 8 yards straight away. It all adds up. He's a slight fella. You always worry when he gets blasted. But I figure a game like this, leave it all out there. He'll run some dangerous routes. He might run over the middle and cop some legs because they're still on die. Zane's saying my sound's terrible. Sorry, Zane. Let me see if I can tinker with it. Is that any better, Zane? Appreciate the heads up. All right, let me try and get the display going. So let's say we got that going, then we go to the top live odds, the top score in the play. Whoa! What did I miss there? Is that Saquon getting taken down? If I come back to here, How does that look? So what I'm trying to do is show you. Oh, thanks, Zane. Oh, Jalen. Oh, it's straight away. We've got a 4th and 1. Maybe 4th and 2. 4th and 1.5. So for the bingo, I should have mentioned, that's among my tips. The bingo play is Philly to convert a 4th down. And it is 4th and a long one. And Philly is staying on the field. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, this was the safest leg. But to catch the bingo nice and early. So Donis is in the house. He says 10 likes and we'll jump on with Winny. One for old times, love to get Adonis on. Adonis has gone Chiefs first half plus a half point, so he's probably hoping no conversion here. All right, so here we are, right on midfield. Need 2 yards. Oh, yes. Well, AJ Brown with the catch, but was that offensive pass interference? This could be a punt. If it's on the offense. I can't tell. He's shaking his head. Offensive pass interference, so they're going to back him up, and that's going to be a punt. That's a big call, but it did look kind of obvious to me straight away. Oh, ballsy play. Sirianni's hot. But the one thing I'll say is a penalty, it's one-hand fan. They're both kind of hand fighting. A penalty and a punt is better than incomplete, because you still can back the Chiefs up a bit as opposed to would have been Kansas City ball on midfield. So, most controversial moment goes the Chiefs' way. First flag goes the Chiefs' way. And he doesn't love it. So, let's see how these live odds update. I think it's going to like auto refresh. It could be a tiny bit. Yeah, the live odds are lagging a tiny bit, but let's just see how that refreshes with Toppy to Philadelphia. First drive, $2.06 plus 1.5 with the ball. But now that they've punted, that could extend a little further, and maybe Kansas City comes into $1.70 head to head, maybe even minus 2.5 now. I definitely don't want to have to keep clicking refresh on the live ones. I think that is going to auto refresh, so I'm going to give that a chance to do that. Let me check my phone and see if anyone is on the hotline. Oh no, I don't want to kick the screen. Last thing I want to do. We got Clint messaging me. He's a diehard Eagles fan, so shout out to Clint. We might get him on. It'd be interesting to hear. We've got Maddie, who's the most staunch Chiefs fan in Australia. He's at a pub, but he might dial in. Eddie saying looks good. Appreciate it, mate. So I'll message me and say to message me when you want to jump in. All right. That's why I was going to update. I'll give it another minute. Nettie says these penalties matter. Sure, his first drive would be a game taken back. Absolutely. I mean, that was what, like a 25-yard game, 30-yard game. I mean, you're talking about Eagles knocking on the door of the red zone, as opposed to Chiefs ball. It was a good punt. Is anyone back to any of the punting markets? As in punting with football. Just having a look at how many yards that punt was. That would have been 50 yards. 53-yarder. I think the long for the game for Philly was 56, actually. So you've dodged that if you went under. We go back to the game cast. Chiefs ball on the 12.
All right, like I said, there you go. Updated live odds there, and Philly are out to 217 and line 2.5. Chiefs $1.70. Just for getting the ball, even though they started on their own 12, it just shows you how valuable the ball is. Now, first play of the game is the pass and the first down. It looks like Juju, was it? I think Juju only had over under 1.5 catches, so we'll be happy. But I do remember a couple of years ago, the Chiefs had a receiver named Byron Pringle, and he was only expected to get like one catch or 1.5 catches, and they threw it to him first play of the game, and he was already on one, and then he didn't see it the rest of the game. So sometimes they do a little bit of misdirection there. Is that worthy? I should have disclosed something as well, guys. Obviously, one of my best bets was Eagles plus 1.5. But I've also gone Eagles to win by more than 10. So I'm fully cheering Philly here. And hoping this defense can fly. Oh, there's some drop there. Oh, he didn't like the hit either. Nettie's had that many bets that it's hard to keep track of them all, but both teams to complete a pass, what, on their opening drive? Mahomes, one of the worst quarterbacks, first cover 6 and quarters on third down. Let's see. He's third and long. This is where the defense can heat him up. Oh, you got him. There's 3 of them fell over. Surely, that's got to be the no one. Oh, nearly picked. That's the other bet I've tipped is over 1.5 interceptions. Geez, Mahomes did well to even give that a chance. But I'm saying that if you get picked off, then you didn't want to just throw that away. But I want the sack here. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them slip. You get a 4th. Nearly gets in. Oh my goodness. That was Hollywood Brown underneath that, I'm pretty sure. So I suppose it wouldn't have been bad if we got a cash there. But both sides punt first possession. Oh, he didn't take the fair catch. Some cheeky extra yardage on the return there. So my same gamer, it's not in great shape because we didn't get a touchdown on either of these opening drives. But we haven't got a field goal yet either, so we're still alive. And now the game swings back to Pickett. So when Kansas City had first down, they were $1.70 and the Eagles were $2.20. But now it's reversed, flip field. Also, the Eagles are up on their 30 to start this drive, and we're dead on Pickett. So I think that is quite fascinating. At least it is to me. Obviously, I'm a special type of weirdo, and it takes a special type of person to enjoy this coverage as well. So shout out to you guys if you are into all this kind of stuff and the nitty-gritty and following 100 markets at once. And cheering on all your punts. So we haven't ticked anything off for bingo yet. We did not get a 4th down conversion. We got a 4th down attempt, but that does not get it done. Let's check the old messages. Yeah, so the reason I went Eagles to win by more than 10, I suppose one is that the Chiefs never lose close games. I'm not a believer in that. I think the Chiefs could easily lose a close game, but the record in one-score games, the Chiefs have won 15 of the last 16 one-score games, something ridiculous like that. But the Chiefs are just never dead. They just never give up. So I kind of figure that if the Chiefs find themselves down a touchdown, anything like anywhere, let's say from 4 to
10 points in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs are going to be balls to the wall. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to go for a fourth down. Maybe Mahomes has to put the ball in harm's way. And often the Chiefs are coming up with that play and pulling the game back to close or getting a fourth quarter lead. But every now and then it's going to go the other way where you're pressing because you're not in control of the game and you're going to give up an interception, you're going to give up a turnover, and you're going to give up a score the other way. Plus, Philly is such a strong team when playing with a lead. And if Philly has a lead, they're the kind of team that can extend it because they can keep running, the offensive line is elite, and you're going to get tired of tackling them and they can break through, as we've seen multiple times this season. And that's why Philadelphia's margin of victory is so much greater than the Chiefs this year. So I know there's a lot of people who are flabbergasted that I could suggest the Chiefs won't win. There's people that are like mortally offended by the fact that I would suggest anyone but Kansas City can win this game, and their head will explode when they see or hear that I've backed Eagles to win by more than 10 as well. And that's not me saying I think the Eagles are going to blow the Chiefs out. That's just me saying for $5.40 it was, for $5.40, I can see that happening. I can definitely see that scenario, and I think it's not bad sort of value play to play the Eagles to win by a margin. So I'm not going to apologise for being too biased during this coverage. That's the way I've tipped it. I have tipped Eagles. Eddie did as well in our Super Bowl preview, and I'm going to be cheering for him. This is what it's like to be in a room with me during a big game, which I understand a lot of people, that's not a place you would want to be. But we pull back the curtain here for this podcast, and you're going to experience it. Because I can't really pretend or act or put on a show for 5 hours, I'll tell you that. So if nothing else, this is going to be pretty raw. So I personally didn't really back any Saquon props. I love him, superstar, but it's so well publicized. Over 2,000 yards rushing this season. I knew that Saquon would get a heap of touches, so I suppose it could have been like just something simple, such as, well, got it, big gainer. I could have just gone Saquon carries. I didn't feel great about Saquon's yardage over because it was a big number. Saquon was like 114 and a half rushing. And I could just see the Chiefs selling out to stop the run. And a lot of carries just into the line for not many yards. And really being comfortable with that, just because it's still going to wear the Chiefs down because you never know when Saquon can break a run, even against the heavy box. And here he goes running outside, but again, only gets a couple. So if anything, I actually had a couple of same games I had, just cheeky ones. I preferred Jalen Hurts rushing yards. Going through Jalen Hurts to get about 40. Because I think Chiefs would rather Jalen Hurts pulls it and takes it himself. Now, having said that, I don't think. Well, Hurts did have that one run. Got him near the first down marker, but Hurts may not have as many carries, obviously won't have as many carries as Saquon, and some of his carries are going to be useless for yards because they'll be the tush push. But if Hurts gets a lane, he's also the kind of guy that can just break that one for 25 yards or something, and that might be the difference between winning or losing the Hurts rushing prop. But what I think the key to the game is Hurts passing. I think KC does not want to get gashed by Saquon. Hurts is going to get opportunities, but can he be good enough to capitalize on them? And this is huge right here, 3rd and 5. No man's land. You may have 2 downs to pick this up. Got it again, just missed him. So, there's a flag, so maybe he couldn't elevate it because the defender had a tug. So I'm fairly certain this penalty will go the other direction. So that's huge. 3rd down there, and now Philly. Archie. Geez, I don't really see anything wrong with that. What's that called? It's not pass interference, it's a personal foul. This is where you guys can help me out in the comments too, because I'm not going to hear everything clearly. Maybe I can turn the sound up a little bit. Hopefully my mic sound is coming through better. Please let me know if any issues. But that's big. I don't mind that. Now, first touchdown, Devonta. What are the chances? Hurts hasn't thrown any completion yet. That's all right. Philly's into $1.75 favourite. See how easily it can swing? Because there's a good chance of big points on the board here, but let's over 7. Saquon slips over, nothing there.
Oh, Saquon's gone. Sorry, Padonis went Saquon under longest rush of 25 and a half. And I like that because Saquon's had a big gainer every playoff game. But the Chiefs don't give up nearly as many big plays like that. The Chiefs do not give up a lot of yards on the ground. And that's still a massive number. So I like that, Padonis. And Padonis and Nettie both gave out Butker over 1.5 field goals. So happy for you guys to get that. Just not in this first quarter. But second and long is a passing down. Devontae. No, that's not Devontae. That's Dotson. Oh, my gosh. I don't think that's a touchdown. I reckon he's down at the 1. Pollock is on the case. Philly scores from a bonus flag. Now, Dotson, but hold your horses. I don't think he got in. Oh, for a second, I thought that was Smith. He was out there on the right as well. He's got a similar build. Oh, you got to be kidding me, Philly. Throwing it to a guy who's got like one catch all playoffs. Yeah, he's definitely down. So it said touchdown on the screen, but it's going to be at the 1. So you know what that means. First touchdown, Jalen Hurts. I mean, they could hand it to Saquon. Oh, I'm not going to get Devontae first touchdown. But still good for Eagles. Still good for Eagles. That is basically a touchdown, isn't it, guys? Back in 1 second, just going to adjust something, and I'll come back and watch them plunge it in. Let me leave you with this question. Who's going to score this first TD? Oh, Nettie said he had Doxson at 100-1 for first touchdown. Oh, Nettie, I feel for you, brother. Oh. Are these comments coming on the screen? Hopefully. Oh, yeah. It's all good. Back in a second. If that had been Devontae, I'd be cut to get tackled at the 1. That's ridiculous. Bad luck, Nettie. And Lukey, come on, mate. Honest, now he's already talking about how it's rigged. I mean, there's been I actually kind of agree that I didn't like the call, but the Chiefs fan complaining about a flag when you did also get a pretty soft offensive pass interference on the first Eagles drive. But hey, I appreciate the passion. I appreciate that there's people that get really angry when I suggest the Eagles can win this game. And there's people that also really don't like the Chiefs fans. That's what makes it fun. Gets the blood pumping. So we got timeout because the boost reviewed it, I suppose. But it was pretty clear. So we're coming back out to first and goal 1. So let's make some predictions, guys. Do you just tush push and you guarantee to score a touchdown? Do you throw it to Devontae when everyone's packed in the middle? Throw it to someone one-on-one? Surely there's no way they're doing that. But is there a possibility that they hand off to Saquon, give him a chance to try and plunge it in, and then knowing they can always tush push on second, third, fourth down? Personally, I think this is going to be Jalen Hurts. And now I'm kind of regretting overthinking it. I should have just gone Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it's a tush push. So Hurts is going to get the first touchdown. Oh, you do not want a false start. There it is. 6-0 Philly. Jalen Hurts. I think Hurts has scored every game in the playoffs except the first game. I know because I was on, of course, against Green Bay. Didn't score. Saquon didn't score that game. Saquon scored every other game. So
I'm happy. Philly's on the board, but I'm greedy. I wanted to volunteer to school there. But when you get to the one, it's not going to happen. So there you have it. So hopefully some people out there did have Hurts. Actually, you know what? I am happy though because I also tipped out Hurts Super Bowl MVP. So those 1-yarders, you hand it to Saquon. Does he end the game with 2 or 3 touchdowns, or you leave it in Hurts' hands? Does he end the game with 2 or 3 touchdowns? And that's a big swing for Super Bowl MVP. So that's probably the biggest swing right there because we knew Philly's going to score. They get the ball at the 1. We knew it was going to be a touchdown, but if you had a Super Bowl MVP bet, there's a bit of a variance right there in who gets those touchdowns. Even though it's not that impressive, especially Hurts just getting his bum pushed into the end zone. But at the end of the day, it adds up. And the extra points are good. Jake Elliott missed 3 extra points. Here is the stat that will blow your mind. Jake Elliott, the Eagles kicker, is the most accurate kicker for field goals in the history of the NFL playoffs, like in terms of highest kicking percentage. And he is the least accurate kicker in the history of the NFL playoffs on extra points. So he's got the worst percentage of kicking extra points and the highest percentage kicking field goals. Riddle me that. I got a message from Crater. He had Jalen Hurts first touchdown, $7. Well done, JC. Good stuff. Whereas now you had 100 to 1 on Dotson. I was looking at that, like, could somebody other than the usual suspects for Philly, could it be Dotson, could it be Calcaterra, and then I thought, don't overthink it, like, Philly has, 2 guys that do basically all the running, Saquon primarily, and then the threat of Jalen Hurts. Well, nice return there with 32. And then the Chiefs the Eagles only really throw it to 3 dudes. It's AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. And I felt like it's a needle in a haystack trying to guess of anyone else. But it seems to always be the way in the Super Bowl that you think certain guys are going to get yardage in order for a touchdown. But what you forget about is these random dudes that have like that one catch that's key, or you get a flag and you get a long pass interference call and then nobody gets the yardage, So it's not that simple. Luke and Nettie going back and forth, love to see it. So, can the Chiefs respond? Now, my same game multi game, guys, we need a Chiefs touchdown. Right? I've got no field goal first quarter. I would have gone over 9.5 points first quarter. So, the only way we're getting over 9.5 is with one more touchdown. But it can also be 14-0 to Philly. That'll be all right. But we're running out of time for probably Philly to get the ball back and score. So, I've kind of got mixed feelings. If the Chiefs do score a touchdown on this drive, my same game looks good, but when you've got like so many different irons in the fire, when you've got that many different bets going, it's hard for them to kind of all be optimized. So that's how it goes. But you want to be diversified too. You don't want to just only have one outcome to cheer for. So again, what I'm cheering for when the Chiefs have the ball is some Hollywood Brown catches and generally not much success with Kansas City. But if you got on my same game, which I got on here at 9:30, the game didn't kick off till about 9:45. Hopefully some others rode it with me. Third and 3. Don't really want to punt back to the Eagles, who are already up 7-0. Oh, good pressure, good pressure. He's stumbling. Oh, he missed the pass. And it was to Hollywood as well. Philadelphia are into $1.58. 3.5-point favorites. JC live from the Townsville Casino, and Jeff just messaged me his bet slip, and he was on Jalen Hurts at $7 for first touchdowns. So far, so good, boys. So far, so good, but there's a long way to go, as we all know. Adonis, we've got to get him on here, so like Adonis' comment, but Adonis would be nervous right now. He's gone Chiefs first half. He has got the hook. Adonis has got plus a half. So he's probably hoping that this score can get back to like 10-all or something by half time. And Tristan messaged me and said that first touchdown went from the best result to the worst. So had it been Dotson, nobody had him for that toppy. And instead it goes to Jalen Hurts, which was the worst possible outcome. So it's kind of cool to get live updates from Tristan, from Toppy, get the bookie experience, and hopefully we can get him on. It's hard, obviously people are in public places and stuff. Oh, that's a good task for many. Many bet that there will be a touchback, which actually was an underdog. I was looking at that too, but I just didn't think there'd be that many punts in this game. So even though you might be like, oh yeah, there could be a touchback, if each team only punts it like 3 times, you know, and these teams don't usually punt from too close to the opponent's goal line. So, you know, there's a lot of bets, and I don't want to be that guy that sits here and goes, oh, I thought about betting that, I thought about betting that. Like, I looked at every market I could, so of course I considered everything, but I've given you guys a fair range of plays to cheer from. I'd love to see more in the chat in terms of what you guys are on right now. So, what was your favorite kind of player prop? Who do you need for a touchdown? You know, what's your same gamer? Let me know what you guys are cheering as well, and I'll help you. I'll help you cheer yours on. Philly starting with the ball on their 20 after the touchback, and Philly are into $1.56 at minus 3.5 point favorites live now. So we've been backing Philly and backing like to win by more than 10. You know, no score's safe. Honestly, I need the Eagles to be up like 3 touchdowns before I start feeling like I have a chance to win that. But man, it's funny how it goes with these margin bets. If you've got a team that's up like 20, then you're really scared about the back door that the other side's going to get some soft scores, bring their defense, they're just going to march it up the field and cut into the margin. But sometimes you win these margin bets in a tight game. A game can be dead set, back and forth, narrowest margin, 3 points in it, and then suddenly one team gets down, makes a mistake, makes a second mistake, and suddenly the final score's 14-point difference. You know, I kind of think about a good example would be 5 years ago, the Chiefs, San Fran first Super Bowl. You've got San Fran up 10 in the fourth. The Chiefs ended up winning that by 11. So if I'd gone to win by more than 10 on that day, I would have won, you know. So you can get crazy swings at the end because it's do or die. No one's going to die wondering. So you're going to get some all or nothing. You're going to get some extreme plays. You're going to get some extreme swings. Tristan messaging. Yeah, Tristan said, you can tell everyone on the show, the bookies are already hurting from the Hertz TD. Whoa, spilled it. Got it. So, again, if you're on my 15 to 1 same gamer, we need a Philly touchdown, and we need it before the end of the first quarter. Oh, Chris Jones. I'm sure he's fine. Well, he might be fine, but I'm sure he's going to play through it, but he's got a neck complaint. Ouch. It's not what you want if you're a Chiefs fan. This is what I told you guys, like Zach I could just visualize this, just running it into the line and getting 2 yards. So that's why I didn't play Zach overs. But it's easy for me to say that. It's only going to take one time where he breaks the first line, and then he could go for 60 or 70 as well, you know. So that's the variance there with Zach But it does bring up a 3rd and 8, and who I would love to see hit, you guessed it, Devontae. Or if Hurts wants to run for it, I don't mind. But on the same game, it kind of depends on the conversion here. Devontae's in motion. Oh, yep. And he got a clutch 8 yards there, and we keep the chains moving. Ideally, I'd love to see Devontae going for 50 yards, but try not to be too greedy. What's Lukey saying? All the media talks about his calls against the Eagles, not a bad call against the Chiefs. That's fair. That was a personal foul. Nanny says, can't hear me. I'll try and bring the mic a little closer. Thanks for helping me. Got any betting, guys? I could always move the mic even closer. Sorry, that's the one thing I can't really judge. I don't know how I'm coming through. So I appreciate people giving me a heads up. You can hear me or see me. And here he goes. Whoa, 9 yards there, but that's on the ground. That's your early Super Bowl MVP. If it's not Dodson. Philly is driving. The problem for my same gamer is this clock is going to run out. Unless we get an explosive play, this touchdown, if Eagles get one, is not going. Eagles are into $1.40 live. Saquon for 3. Yeah. Steady diet. Let me know if the sound's any better. I don't know if I've turned my sound up, but I moved the mic closer to me. I can talk a little bit louder, but geez, 4 hours, I'm going to be dead. This is the kind of play run it again. Gainwell's in there. Yeah, not much. If you're not Gainwell on that occasion, but it's another yard or two. But this is the thing about the Eagles. They're just kind of happy being in that medium range. And then they can even run it on 3rd down, pick up a few more because they're such a proficient 4th down team. Now, my same gamer, it was dependent on there being 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. So it was never going to be likely at 15-1. But it's about to die unless this play is a touchdown. Well, that's a sack. Now, there is a flag, but it's probably on the offense, and it's probably going to be a punt. What side? Wow. And what was the yardage there? 3rd and 4, so that's a 1st down. Wow, that's a big call against the Chiefs. For lining up offside, that is a cardinal sin to me. I can understand the guy just goes early, that's your reaction. But lining up offside, I can never understand why they do it. I can never understand that. Now the clock's ticking up. Okay, there's one more play. It's 1st down. So by 15-1, this has to be a touchdown. Unless they're going to reset the play clock. Nope. There'll be one more play. Probably a run. And nothing at all. 4-yard loss. Okay, so I'm going to obey the same gamer. Get something. But Philly's got something cooking here. Although you don't like to lose yardage on 1st down, especially a team that likes to run the ball. You don't like to get behind the sticks on the 1st down. Not ideal for my Super Bowl bet either. Losing 4 yards there, but you know, the place too much to get a 3rd down conversion on an offside call. It's pretty close. I think Nanny's out. He's trying to tune in, but his phone's like he's only got so much battery, so Nanny might need to give his phone a charge. Saquon's 8 carries for 19 yards. Jalen Hurts only 1 incompletion so far, 75 yards passing, and of course the leading receiver in the game, as we all predicted, Jahan Dawson, 42 yards already on 2 catches. The ESPN says Philly is a 76% win probability. But the live odds suggest Philly's more like 60%, 66% at $1.47. And clearly, this drive is going to be key, but you're in scoring position with Philly. So you should be up 10 mil minimum in the Eagles. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, guys, because obviously it's a bit of a fail if the audio is no good. But I hope you like having this setup with being able to see the live odds, being able to see some of the stats. I would not expect anybody in the world is watching this instead of the Super Bowl, but it's cool if you can watch this along with the Super Bowl. And even if there's only a handful of people out there that are watching this or enjoying it, it's worth it. If it adds to your entertainment, if it adds to your enjoyment of the game, I'm happy to do it. Try something different. Petrol tank hasn't run down yet, but 1 quarter in, still feel good, but 3 more long quarters to go too. We haven't had any guests dial in, but I told everyone just wear the suits now because everyone's got their own plans for the game. I just hope I don't miss it if they're able to go to the studio. You're going to see my screen display, so you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes of what I see with my virtual studio. Well, Saquon's a chance to receive this one. Yeah, it was back together. And he got 4 yards. I did a bad Saquon receiving markets as well. I definitely considered it. I shared it earlier in the playoffs. And we had a good win. Saquon had about 27 yards against the Rams. It's definitely one I could have considered. I expected Philly tries to find Saquon in the passing game too. So, it's a makeable field goal from here. But you'd love to get a bit more if you're feeling. Oh, he's picked. That's a disaster. That's not good for MVP. That's not good for Philly. Yes, we get an intercept for the bingo market, but that is a big mistake. You're in field goal range and you just took points off the board. That's a shame. If you're a Chiefs fan, you are cheering because that was the best play of the game so far for the Chiefs. You've had a pretty sorry first quarter, pretty tough first quarter to watch for Kansas City backers, and you are cheering that you're back in the game with that. And the live odds, we got Eagles down to $1.40, and that's just swung back up to Eagles $1.56. The win probability still says Eagles 74%, so it is interesting to see how these different algorithms calculate it. 74% seems too high for the Eagles. Obviously, the Chiefs are only going to start on the 4-yard line, or 2-yard line, according to ESPN, but just taking those points off the board. Because if that's incomplete, I suppose it's not a guarantee, but if that's incomplete, it's a 47-yard field goal, and in a dome, I would expect that the Eagles kick that. The total, also, who's on the total? Jamie says not much work going on. I'm sure that's the case in lots of places around Australia today. You've got to try and get the day off if you can, but understand not possible for everyone, so maybe you can enjoy a little bit of the game, guys. I've been in that situation where I've been at work completely avoiding the game and coming home and watching it. I watched that Seattle New England Super Bowl with Alex, and neither of us had seen the score the whole game. We literally didn't know how it ended with Butler intercept on the 1-yard line. Seattle not running it with beast mode. But that was kind of like a miracle. When you think about it, 11 years ago to avoid the score, I guess it's a lot harder now. More people follow NFL. Everyone's on social media and stuff. Everybody's up to date with everything. But at the time, I was working at the construction site, and I did not hear anything about the game. I did listen to the radio on the way home just in case they mentioned you won the Super Bowl. But two in my life, I've always tried to take this day off and just enjoy it. So Chiefs all on their own too. It's not the best position to be in, but Kansas City will be grateful to keep the Eagles empty on that drive. Toppy's got to be generally thankful that it's trending under so far. None of the big players have got a lot of yards. Yes, we're going to Hurts TD, but nobody else. I think the nightmare scenario for the bookies is these shootouts that ends 45-43 or something. Every player gets a touchdown. Everyone goes over on the yardage. The same game as fill up. So far it's kind of the opposite. Little short pass there to have Noah Gray. It's not easy to get out of your end zone. So, on that occasion, that intercept, that was one of Spagnola's blitzes. It's a good catch, by the way. But that's the blitz. Gave Hurts no time. Pressure was in his face, and that caused a mistake. So, saw a couple of win there, Spagnola at a critical time. 3rd down, 3rd and 10. You know what he's capable of doing. And he dialed it up perfectly there. Whoa, that's valuable yardage there. A little dump off to Graham Hunt. Paddy was thinking about running it. We haven't seen Paddy scramble yet. This could be a play where Paddy scrambles. Because I think Kansas City knows the value right now of a sustained drive. Time of possession is already 12-4. You're going to get tired. If your defense is out there for too long trying to tackle and trying to deal with this Philly line. So what are we thinking here? Could Paddy keep this one running? Quick ball and it's filled. Was that Kelsey? It was. 3 and out, so you don't make Philadelphia pay for the interception because it's going to be Philly ball near midfield again. You're still bending without breaking, but Kansas City under pressure. And the best combination of the last 5 years, Mahomes to Kelsey, you couldn't complete that pass. There was space there to fit that in. Cooper G, we're going to return again, and he's going to get it in midfield. But still, that's good field position for Philly. Let me touch base with a couple of these guests. We'll see if anyone's kind of in position to call in.
I'm back. All right. Now I'm watching this on 7, which is the Fox coverage. Some of you guys could be watching this on ESPN, which would be the international coverage. As Brendan asked, what was the anthem length? That's a great question. I was just thinking, I was kind of setting up this show and I didn't have the sound on. I don't know if the anthem went over or under. Let us know in the comments if you saw, guys. Philly driving on their own 43. Sack on for 3 yards here. My prediction. No, sack on for -1 yards. Running it into the line. I suppose it's like soaring down a big tree, you know? It's just every little cut makes a difference, maybe, by the end. But so far, the Chiefs have contained that one. You have to say. That Kansas City will be happy with that aspect. But, you know, it's just these key moments. It's a penalty on 3rd down earlier. That leads to the Eagles getting a touchdown. And big chance to score again here. Oh! Is he going to run it? Is there much room? Not much there. Not much there. That's for 4 or 5. Brings up another 3rd down. Is Chris Jones out there? Oh, was that Mackay Becton? Yep. Injury. So the Eagles is not good on the O-line. It's not good at all. But it's always going to happen. They've got what happened to Dre Greenlaw a year ago. He has his bloody ACL. No, his Achilles popping off the bench. Crazy. All right, there's the passing down. You know who we want to give it to. Devontae, where are you, brother? Run across the middle. AJ Brown, was there a push off there? It doesn't matter. It wasn't called. Big play. Down the sideline. That's coming up clutch. I mean, I don't know who the Super Bowl MVP is right now with Jalen having that intercept, but he's dealing. He's been passing well. Track 1 for 2. Play it again. Now, I did just notice the Chiefs player stood up with the ball there. I don't know if there's any suggestion of a foul. Or if he's clearly down and then tripped it off him. Must have been clearly down. Sack on. Now, that's it. If you go passing out, receiving yards, I don't know. That's like a lateral pass. Maybe it went forwards. If you did have sack on receiving, you may have picked up about 5 yards there. I'm going to tinker with my sound, guys. I've got another tip off to my sound's not to crash up. Thanks for the heads up. Let's just watch this 3rd down. Oh, he's got a lane. Whoa, good tackle. That's a great tackle. Hopefully that sound is better. Please let me know. Fourth and 3. Massive, massive play coming up. You could kick the field goal, got 10-0 here pretty comfortably. Unless they're going to call timeout. They could just be foxing. I reckon they're going to call timeout. Yeah. They're going to kick the field goal. They're going to kick the field goal here.
When I get a guest on, I'll try and get them to help me with my sound too. Like a tinker, because I've just got no idea with the feedback, what's better, what's worse. So I could even abandon the mic and see if it comes through any better. But I'll just have to wait until we potentially get someone to join. We have Alexi messaging saying, looking forward to the live show. All right. First field goal attempt. Come on, Elliot. Oh, false start. You're gonna have to back it up. Unless it's an offside. Oh, this could be offside. This could be first down. No, they called false start. They called false start. False alarm. I thought that was about to be first down Eagles. And now he's going to kick it. What, a 48 yarder? Oh, he's got a bad feeling he misses it now. He kicked it the first time. No, oh, he stuck it in. Come on. Oh, I thought he just pushed it. 10-0, just 1 point to go for my more than 10 bet. Yeah, I agree with you, JK. I'd take a 3 there. If you're watching this live, JK, please tell me you can hear me all right. I can try and play around with my sound. If there's a way I can make it better, I promise I will try and do that. Philly kicks the field goal up 10-0 and are now 4.5 point favourites, $1.47. Remember, the best bet was plus 1.5. So, of course, we're in a good spot, but I've seen this one way too many times. The Chiefs down in the playoff game to have any level of comfort yet. Checking the yardage, but I feel like you're in a better position with nearly everybody if you've got unders. Let's have a look. Okay, Pat Mahomes has 24 yards passing. Graham Hunt has 2 yards rushing. Nobody has any yards receiving for the Chiefs at all. Juju's got 16, which fair enough. Juju's probably close to his over under. Nobody else has anything to speak of. Kelsey doesn't even have a catch yet. Now, on the Eagles side, Jalen Hurts already 100 yards rushing, 9 of 11. 20 yards rushing for Jalen. He actually has a Gordon Saquon. And then he says can barely hear you. So, going to experiment. And you're going to see behind the curtain here. Into the matrix. That's kind of what my virtual studio looks like. Settings. Touch up my appearance. Audio. Testing audio. Automatically adjust mic volume. I've been told sound way better. So this is my professional mic. I'm not using it. It's funny how technology works. It's never easy, and I always think, is it me? Is there something wrong with me why I can't do this stuff? But I really feel like anybody who was doing this would have struggles. There's so many little aspects, just things that go wrong. Like today, the Wi-Fi was playing up when I was setting up the live studio. You can imagine how screwed that is. And I'm going, I'm only to stream the game. I can't do the live stream. My phone's not on. There's just so many little things. Your browser will tell you it's not compatible with your camera. It's like so many little things. Even when it works, it stops working when you get a new update or something. And there's so many little things that for a kind of a tech noob like me, makes life very difficult. Oh, sorry, you don't really want to see that wacky display. So let me do that so you can see the live odds and the score. Hopefully this cast is not too delayed either. when people are streaming the game or watching through the TV, everyone could be out a few seconds to each other. That would be annoying if I'm ahead of you. But basically, I'm watching it through the TV, so there shouldn't be like any delay, as in I'm watching it through the antenna through 7A for this one, or is this just 7? If you're streaming it, you could be behind it, which could be annoying. I don't know if you're able to pause this for a couple of seconds. As JK says, he knows all too well, technology has always been a Achilles heel of the pod. All right, important drive for Kansas City. You do not want to be punting down 10 points. You need to score, but Patty is sacked on the first play of the drive. Now, here's a stat that I did share on the preview. In the Super Bowl 2 years ago, a Philly defense that had like 70 sacks for the whole season sacked Mahomes 0 times in the whole Super Bowl. 0 sacks in the whole Super Bowl. And that is why the Chiefs won that game, I believe. You could not get pressure on Mahomes. And an awesome defensive front. But here's the first sack in the Super Bowl. Which just, I believe that's the first sack. That just reminds me. And they got him again. If that was the first sack, that does remind me, and it was sweat the first time, because it the second time, it wasn't sweat again. Was it? Well, maybe there was a sack earlier in the game. Now I'm wondering about the bingo. I forgot about that leg in the bingo. Did we get a sack before we got a touchdown? I'm going to have to scroll back through the playbook. Philly didn't get sacked on their first drive. Chiefs, there's third down. Oh, he's picked! There's your 2 picks. And here comes Philly. And it's Cooper the Machine. Oh, did he get in? Oh, it's a intercept, return touchdown. Now, there's your 2 picks. I had someone in the group telling me there's no way Pat Mahomes is going to throw a pick today. And I said, I think each QB is going to be good for a pick. So there's your 2 intercepts. That cashes, or not cashes, but that kicks off on the bingo. Patty was on the run. What was he saying? Oh, yeah. He thought he had Hawkins by the looks of things. But just he jumped around. Now, did he get in? Because otherwise, Jalen Hurts could get another touchdown. Now, that's a defensive score. Wow, I'm 2 minutes ahead of people watching on 7 Plus. But if you can pause me or delay, that will help. So, Philly by 10 or more, not looking so crazy now, is it? 17-0. Now, I was actually in the middle of scrolling back to just check that leg of the bingo. All right, if you're on the bingo, guys. No, there was no sack before the first touchdown, so sorry about that. So if I remind you guys, bingo, we don't have a 4th down conversion by either team yet, but we can still definitely get them, plenty of time. We have 2 intercepts, so we did catch that. We've lost the sack before TD. We don't have a short field goal yet. And we don't have a Brown or Devontae Smith touchdown yet. We're not in a great spot, but we did just get the second intercept. Something. Pick 6. Not many people had that. Chiefs fans, let me know how you're feeling in the comments. I'm not trying to rub it in because Patty Mahomes can be inevitable, but Philly are now 9.5-point favorites and $1.20.
Now, in terms of the total, like it's been trending towards unders, but you get a pick six touchdown. That's a super quick touchdown, and it will change the way the Chiefs play. I mean, the Chiefs already like to throw the ball a lot, but it's going to actually make Paddy press. I know he was down 24-0 to Houston in a playoff game, but that Houston team was not that good. This Eagles team is legit, and to be up 17 points with that offensive line, with that run game, it is a mountain to climb. And the Chiefs are going to have to be near perfect the rest of the way. And Mahomes is going to have to take some risks. And that can go either way. And dare I say it, like a blowout is possible. Aaron says he's $1.20 live overs. Look, I'll tell you now, if I was betting the live line, I would be going to -9.5 because Philly's that type of team that you are happy to be on and playing with the league. But how about Cooper DeJean? Maybe people did back him for an anytime touchdown because he's the kick returner. He's the he's the punt returner at least, yeah. But he missed out of 10. But I was gonna say at 10-0, this game is looking like it's going unders, but now look at the total. It's right back where we began. It's right back up to 48.5 because now the Chiefs are going to have to play a lot more aggressive. And as I said, Kansas City already was the type of team that would pass on the majority of downs, but it's about where they're passing. And now I think if you're the Chiefs, you're going to be having to look a little deeper down the field, which is good for my Hollywood Brown bet. I'll say that. No, he's not out of the field, is he? Juice is out there. Worthy's out there. And it's a Pacheco you asked for a loss. Oh, what a start to this game. Crazy. Chiefs had one turnover in the last 10 weeks, and that was last week, the fumble against the Bills. And Paddy comes up with the first half pick six. We've seen it before. Brady had a first half pick six against Atlanta. We know how that game finished. Didn't Peyton Manning have a pick six against the Saints? That didn't go his way. And straight away, we got a third and long here too. Well, you know what I want here? I want a Hollywood Brown catch. You're going to have to throw for it. Third and 9. 18 yards passing so far this game. But that's going to wrap up now with the score. Pressure on Paddy! Pressure! He's good. Oh, is that a roughing? Oh, that was a low hit. Not a call. Not a call. No flag. That could easily have been roughing the passer. But Paddy was he escaping the pocket? Oh, that's huge for Philly, though. That's huge for Philly. What a start for the Bird game. Wow. I mean, that's a great sack. I didn't want to celebrate it because I thought it would be a low hit. Philly has been on a tear with getting his turnovers all playoffs, all season. Insane turnover numbers, which I don't love backing a team that has that trend because it's very hard to sustain, but what a crucial pick they've got so far, whereas Chiefs didn't really make Philly pay too much for the Jalen Hurts interception. As I said a few minutes ago, I was to play the 9.5. It's now 12.5. Eagles are into $1.13 favorites. Not what a lot of us expected. And I don't know what I'm rubbing in, but I had people honestly questioning my sanity talking about how the Eagles could win this game by double digits. And it's a long way from happening yet, but I'm not crazy.
At least you can agree. In that aspect, I'm not totally insane. Wasn't really concentrating. Where did that punt end up? The 34, it's good starting field position for Philly again. They got a chance to lead by 20 plus in this. Clarkie messaged me and says, you can tell Casey around him. He said he doesn't watch much NFL, but I think that's a good observation. Manny said he's going to be joining soon. So in terms of props, like I said, you really want to be on nearly unders for everybody. And when a team gets like a punt return touchdown, well not a punt return, a defensive return touchdown, you're getting a touchdown without getting any yards. There's no players got yards. There's no, none of your offensive players scored a TD. So it's not great for same gamers unless you actually had a defensive touchdown in your same gamers. But if you bet any Chiefs players over on yards, especially receivers, you've still got a chance when you're down big. You know that Paddy's going to take chances and you know he's going to sling it. And even though the Chiefs only have something like 20 yards passing, 24 passing yards, there's still a fair chance that Paddy's going to have another 200 in this game because of the way it's going to be forced to play. But the two aspects I talked about in this game was, can Jalen Hurts make the tough throws? He's made a couple. And can the Eagles' D-line get pressure on Mahomes? And that has been key. Mahomes is running for his life out there. And this is reminding me a lot of the Super Bowl 4 years ago against Tampa Bay. And everyone says, the Chiefs had defensive injuries, O-line injuries that game. That was an anomaly, but that's certainly true. But Tampa had a really scary front seven. And Mahomes was never comfortable all game. Saquon just had his longest run of the game so far. Just 9 yards, but 9 yards is very healthy in this part of the field, especially on first down. Jalen, nothing's there. He does pick up the first down. Love to see Jalen spring one because I've got him in a couple of same gamers. Now, Bill Belichick always said games are won in the last 4 minutes of the first half. I really think it's key because how you execute in this period of the game is what you're going to be thinking about for the next 40 minutes. And it can go so many different ways. The Chiefs could get a stop here and still score before half time. If it's 17-7 or something, the Chiefs were down 10 last Super Bowl to Philly. They came back and won. But if Philly can control the time of possession, and if Philly can hold the ball to the end of the half, and the Chiefs don't see it, this is going to be a 20-plus point lead. Philly into $1.13 favoritism. Oh, about a flag. Holding. So this gives the Chiefs a chance because now it's 1st and 20. So this set of downs is key because Philly Kansas City need to force a punt and they need to drive for a score. Even if it's only a field goal, I feel like 17-3, Chiefs are still going to have belief. But if the Eagles score again on this drive, I really think it's a wrap. So the Eagles are definitely going to want to do completions, keep running it, but you've got to pick up 20 yards. Go! Oh, no! Jeez, that was really a fumble. The way he fell with the ball out of one hand. Slack if they see. Big opportunity for the Chiefs right now. Second and a mile. I think if you're Philly, you're going to take your medicine. You're going to try and run it 2 more times. And punt. I don't know if Jalen will throw it. If he does, it'll be something safe. Maybe a pass to Saquon. Or he tried to pass it to Saquon. Oh, what's this flag? This is huge if this is on the defense. Oh, wow. Personal foul against the Chiefs. It was going to be 3rd and 26. I mean, 3rd and 26 for punting. Oh, it's for the late hit on Saquon. I mean, they're saying the ball was tipped, so it's fair game. That is a massive call. I told you I'm not that conspiracy theorist guy. I backed the Eagles because I didn't think it's a foregone conclusion that the refs are going to hand the game to the Chiefs. I have to say, the calls have been in the Eagles' favour for the majority so far. That is massive. 3rd and 26. Although they just lost like 5 yards here. Not a game where we've got most of it back. Clock's still running. I thought he got out of bounds there. So that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, and that's going to vastly reduce the opportunity for the Chiefs to get the ball in this half. Man, what a call. You see a pass go past the receiver and the receiver gets blown up all the time and it's not called. Because the defender doesn't know whether he called it or not. They've got a right to hit him, but it was called late, I suppose. Oh, now the clock seems to have adjusted, so maybe it's not a 2-minute warning, maybe he did get out of bounds. Let's listen to Brady.
Obviously, the big shot here, 1st and 10. They've got to find a way to get the ball back. At least the Eagles offensive score again. When they do get it, they got to figure out how can we buy enough time to Patrick to make some throws down the field.
Can you guys hear that commentary? Is that alright? If I could just play the commentary from time to time? We're probably going to mess you up if you've got your own TV going. Needless to say, John is explaining how pivotal this moment is. Gainwell's out there again. Oh, you could have thrown it to Devonta. But still, it's a solid game. 8 yards there. And now you know Philly's running it twice. Now, boy, do you want to play ladder, doing us proud? But now I'm confused because he went out of bounds there too, so I don't see why this would be the 2-minute warning. I'm really confused unless they somehow say he got pushed out of bounds backwards, which I didn't see. But it is a 2-minute warning. And it is 3rd and short. Live odds Philly are $1.15. Needless to say, this is a huge play. But what's going to happen here? I mean, surely handing to Saquon, and he's going to probably run for the first down. And if he gets stopped short, then Philly's going for a 4th down, which would be good for the bingo. So if you're a Chiefs fan, you're probably thinking, we better muscle up like we did against the Bills. We better stop them twice for 2 yards. And we get a turnover on midfield and then go and score. I mean, you're going to need to make some splash plays in this game now for the Chiefs. Because very little, virtually nothing's gone right for Kansas City so far. And your margin for error is basically nothing. If Philly gets the first down, you're still not in scoring range, but you're sort of very likely to possess the ball for the rest of the half or not give it Kansas City sort of any meaningful possession. I feel like if I'm the Eagles, I'm probably pretty happy to be up 17 at half time, but you have the ball, you want to extend that lead if you can. The Chiefs will start with it in the second half. You've almost got to assume they're going to come out and score a touchdown. If I think about the Super Bowl 2 years ago between these sides, it was 24-14 to the Eagles at half time. So a 10-point lead. But the Chiefs got the ball to start the second half, came straight out, scored a touchdown, and from then on, it was never a wide margin again. It was a 3-point game, and late in the game, the Chiefs actually got a front, as we know. So the Chiefs never really had to panic despite being down 10 in the Super Bowl last time. This is a different story. This is a 17-point margin, and the Chiefs don't have the ball. So I would say Kansas City's on life support right now. And it is kind of funny that I mentioned I want Eagles to win by 10 or more. And the Lions line right now is 11.5. So I'm like 50-50 to win a $5.40 bet. So the fact that I'm 50-50, I'm definitely not cheering or celebrating that yet. But I've got a chance. But that's definitely my prediction for the play coming out of the game here. It's going to be a handoff to Saquon. Almost certainly. Unless Philly comes out, does something tricky. Kellen Moore, Alex's old college teammate. Not really teammate. Both on boys in different sports. His old college buddy. The offensive coordinator for Philly now. Third and 3. Oh, geez, it's not Saquon. He's not out there. So they're throwing it. Nah, awful. Now it's about 3 yards before they're punting. See, I would have definitely ran that. I would have definitely been running. They're punting it. I hate that play call. I hate that. How do you not have Saquon in the backfield? Even if you're going to pass, you've got to scare him to thinking you're going to run it. That is insane to me. And like, obviously, some people will cringe and like, I hate to be that guy and act like I know more than the play callers of the coaches. I obviously don't, but I'm still going to be passionate about saying what I think. I think you guys can relate to that. We all know what it's like to sit on the couch and be an expert and say, I would have done this, I would have done that. So I'm not saying it really believing that I know better, but still, for a lot of years watching the game, I just think it's third and short. You've got a play that's almost automatic from a yard and a half. So you just needed to run a play that might get you 1 or 2 yards. You have the best running back in the world. Put it in his belly. He might even get you the 3 yards. If he doesn't, you probably get it on 4th down. I'm shocked because now you know the Chiefs are going to drive and score and get 3 at least. And this could be a 10-point game, just like the last Super Bowl, the Chiefs won. That's an awful mistake. Good bounce on the punt. But still. Chiefs are going to be inside the 10. Hopefully my connection's alright. Hopefully my sound's alright. Not seeing too many comments, but I know it's tricky to have this set up to watch me, to watch the game. I thought this could be the kind of broadcast that you just tap in and just watch for a minute or two to see what the hell I'm doing here. But that's okay. I think Nettie will probably join us after, maybe a couple of the guests. They probably all think I'll call Winny at half time, so maybe we'll get like 2 or 3 guys in the last. I'll just try and manage that the best I can. Oh, he has not been picked again. Oh! Shout out to the guys in the group who told me Mahomes will not throw an intercept. That's his second one in the first half. Oh! He stared it down. He must not have seen him. Trying to get it to Hollywood Brown. That is a great catch. That is a clutch catch. Wow, this is nearly over. I think this is over. Touchdown, it's over. 20-0. I mean, if you're the Chiefs, you're thinking we're going to hold them to a field goal and then maybe try and steal a field goal at the end and get out of this 23. That's like your best case scenario for Kansas City. And the worst case scenario is 24-0. The live line is now 14.5, and the Eagles are $1.06. I know some people probably aren't going to call me or aren't going to be watching this because they're really not happy with how the game's unfolding at the moment. Here we go. Yeah, not much there. 2 yards. But obviously, Philly's going to be running the ball here because they want to milk every second they can out of that clock. Although, having said that, the Chiefs may just call timeout. But if nothing else, you want to force them to use those timeouts. And I mean, one of the reasons Paddy's throwing that intercept is the defensive pressure. Again, the D line. His offensive line got pushed into his lap. Let me just check. Yeah, Kansas City called timeout, obviously trying to preserve time to drive and score at the end. I'm going to guarantee if you give Mahomes like a minute, he'll score. He'll get like at least a field goal. Philly can get a first down though, and that would really crush KC. So if you're Philly, the best case scenario, you guessed it, a touchdown. The second best is a first down. Inside the 4-yard line. Oh, AJ Brown's in for a touchdown. Why couldn't that have been Devonta? That is a massive blow. Now, if you are overs right now, you are really happy with that. Now we're in the audio is dreadful again. I thought I improved the audio. Okay, sorry guys. I'm gonna have to wait till I get a guest on and try to get them to troubleshoot the audio with me. If you're on overs, that is enormous for you because you get a touchdown and a minute and a half for Kansas City to do something. And Kansas City have to score. Like they know they have to score. I think this is a wrap, but if the Chiefs score in the next 90 seconds and then score coming out of the gate, second half, then you're at 24-14. It's not over. But that's a big if for a team that has not moved the ball at all. Oh, I just would have loved that to be Devonta. Would have loved that to be Devonta. Yeah, I don't know what else I can do about my sound. The mic let me down. And then people said the sound was much better through the computer, but now it's not. Skeptile says the Chiefs field goal overs is in big trouble. That's true as well. So if you're on like come over 1.5 field goals, you absolutely need one now. This is your best chance of getting one because the Chiefs are not going to kick 2 field goals in the second half. They're too far behind. And yeah, as I said, the total, well, it's jumping around a little bit. It just went from 50.5 back to 49.5. But I feel like overs is in a strong position right now because the Chiefs are down big and they're going to get the ball now. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. And even if the Chiefs are scoring, they're probably turning it over or making a mistake or turning it over on downs. Some of my multis, I did have Chiefs to Eagles to win 10 plus, 13 plus, even 19 plus, but I did have some linked with unders as well. Almost too far in front. It's a good thing. If you're on unders, what I will say is the Eagles will play very conservatively second half. They'll run it with Hurts, with Saquon obviously over and over because it's going to chew the clock, because they still believe they can move the ball. So the Eagles won't be trying too hard to keep scoring, but there's a respect level there that you know Mahomes can come back, so you want to keep the foot to the floor. Now, if you're on Devontae yardage with me, it's not pretty because when you've got a wide receiver on a team that's up, that is up 24 points, Devontae's got 2 catches for 17. Brown and Dawson 11 more yards, so it's a bad call by me so far. I guess all I can hope for is Philly might be able to do a play action pass where Kansas City stacks the box and you know, with the yardage, you only need one splash play. You need one play where you spring it, and maybe we get that from Devontae. But otherwise, that's tough. As for my other prop, because Eagles +1.5 is really good. For my other prop, Hollywood Brown has 0 catches, 3 targets with 0 catches. And I've just got word from Nettie is coming in. But if we've got anyone else who wanted to join me, more merrier. Right, here we go. Patty, oh! Oh, there's a flag. Who's this on? Is that a hole? Patty just ran for 9 yards.
Jalen Carter right there. He's forcing that ball. Remember, Jalen Carter is a guy you can draft on, his character, all that. He's got 1 minute breaking through so far today.
My man, how are you? Sorry, brother. Oh, there we go. I got you.
Is my audio okay, or is my audio okay?
No, I can hear you now. I think, yeah, when I was on before, it was like muted a little bit, but I got you easily now.
Okay.
Say that again, sorry?
I've got a minute.
Oh, man, this sucks, but it's in and out, man.
No.
Honestly, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Honestly, the pressure that we spoke about these guys struggling on that offensive line is really rattling him. I do want to see from Philadelphia a lot more 11 personnel running. Every time they hit 11 personnel, they run. They're getting decent gains, but for whatever reason, they're still going with that heavier personnel set.
It could be my audio issue.
No, I got you real loud and clear right now. So is this their king? Is this the same guy that we're talking about? Is this their king, Pat Mahomes?
You know what? I'm getting messages from Barney. He's
I bet ya.
He's resurrected again. He told me he wasn't watching the game. He told me
funny.
He doesn't watch NFL anymore.
Yeah.
Funny that. And you know who I'm not getting any messages from? I'm not getting any messages from The Undertaker.
I'm sure he's watching it.
Poor guy. I don't
Man, that is absolutely crazy. Wide open. Honestly, I still am relatively shocked here. Like I've spoken about it, there's a Hopkins that's over his receiving yards there. I think it was only about 11.5. I am shocked in terms of I thought the Chiefs would at least be able to get a little bit of something going, but I was against the interceptions that you – oh, that's a drop, sorry. I was against the interceptions that you said there, but, man, well done on that one with the bingo cards.
Yeah, thanks. That's about the only leg I've got so far. So it's still going to be a struggle to get 3 more of them. I mean, a 4th down conversion by the Chiefs is probably pretty likely because they're going to have to test all second half. Eagles 4th down is a bit more dicey, but, you know, just in one scenario,
well, I mean, you're sitting in a pretty good spot, man. They're going to want to do it. They're going to want to bleed the clock. And I was really surprised before when I was sitting at 3rd and 3, I think it was. And they still decided to do one of those shot plays. Like, they'd spread them out. That would have been a perfect opportunity to hit Saquon again, run up the middle, and then go from there. But, man, they're playing – defense is playing unreal.
No, I said exactly the same. You run it on that play because you've got to pick up the 4th down on a sneak if you get a yard or 2. I was shocked, but they punted and Paddy threw the next play. So it didn't hurt Philly. I thought that was a big mistake, but it didn't come back to hurt him. So what's going to happen now? They have 40 seconds to go. Does Philly just want to get it to 25 seconds to go? One deep shot maybe?
But again, I've spoken about this a hell of a lot. Like, they've spread them out right now, and they're getting a lot of success when they go in the lighter box. This would be a great play to call a draw or something. There you go, Saquon. And 2-3 yards on that one. I think it's worth a shot. When you're sitting at 24-0, I don't think you muck around too much and try for anything ridiculous. Just keep it smooth, keep your head in the game. That's unreal half by these guys. It really is.
You're slightly ahead of me, so no one called timeout.
I will say before, I know. Correct. So we're going into half at the moment. I don't know if you saw, I actually posted, I didn't put it in the thread. I had Jahan Dotson, first touchdown, $101, and obviously fell at the half-yard line, but obviously got a lot of things tied into Jalen Hurts' touchdown and first touchdown, so that was good. Man, absolutely crazy. And I had Nolan Smith as well, and if you saw on the very first drive of Kansas City, he actually slipped off on the sack, and I was a little bit confused because on the first sack they did get, I thought he was part of it, but according to the stat sheet, apparently not. Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't checked. I'm trying my best to stay off the phone because I was down to about 20% before the game kicked off, and then the pub were nice enough to charge my phone and not plug it in, so that was fantastic as well, man. But holy shit, eh?
Well, bro, I've been talking for an hour and a half today. So you do a bunch of talking about the tell us how the morning came in Jackson Street, and talk with me like how all your bets are positioned, like as many as you can remember, which ones have you won or not.
Yep, no, that's no worries. So I actually spoke about the touchback one, which is fantastic because I think it was the second punt of the game. I ended up going for a touchback at $2.50. I was very big on the field goals, and that's looking very, very less likely with the way that Kansas City moving the ball at the moment.
They needed one. They needed one before half-time. They did have...
Yeah, no, correct. These people are throwing a football at the moment, so I'm going to mix it up with that in a very quick second. But honestly, like we've spoken about it, I thought the defense was going to be a big factor, but not like this. Like there are no answers to Kansas City. I thought there'd be a hell of a lot more short passing stuff, and that's probably what they're going to come out with, I think. Spags has done a pretty good job of containing Saquon, but like I said before, the thing that he matches up best with is a lighter box and 11 personnel, and Philadelphia actually hasn't done that too much. And that run that we saw just before was the first one, I think, that's actually coming about under 4 yards. So they have been running well, but surprisingly, heavier sets, and they're still running. That blows me away. A lot of coin flip stuff. I know we saw a few of the penalties before. A.J. Brown with the man coverage. Wild still. Anytime that you see them come out in that man coverage, just understand that is a massive, good throw, mate. That is a massive advantage to Philadelphia. There should be a lot more zone. If Kansas City want to try and slow down Philadelphia, they need to play a hell of a lot more zone. But again, man coverage, I think it was the Goddard one was man coverage as well, and possibly the A.J. Brown one as well. That was a bad throw, but it still went through. Fantastic, mate.
Let me ask you a question. Who is the Super Bowl MVP right now?
Well, the guys called up before. They were getting $2 plus on Jalen Hurts, and fair enough, there was the interception. But hey, behind the line. Ridiculous. They were getting decent odds with Jalen Hurts, and I think it's going to favour him on that back half there, where he's going to run the ball, possibly another tush push in that one. You can't give it to the whole defense. Nakobe Dean, I think, probably is a decent one because obviously he returns kicks as well. So if he does get one, Cooper DeJean, sorry. If he does get one and get a decent kick return, I think that's quite possibly a good bet as well. But again, man, yeah. And that's the thing. That's how close this is every single fucking game, mate, is that interception by Bourne before, ridiculous hands. If you drop that, it changes everything. Cooper DeJean, that's some of the worst interceptions I've actually seen for Pat Mahomes. It seems rattled across the middle, rolling out like that, and then just try and fling it. They do not look anything like who they are. And again, speaking with people here, when you have Tom Brady, it's completely different. He come out on, I think it's Cowherd's. So I'm getting too distracted by people throwing footballs. That's the story of my life. He was on Cowherd's. Yeah. So the Cowherd interview, like he even said that his advantage and what he was amazing at was literally diagnosing defenses, right? He knew what the answer was before he threw it. And in those situations, this is where it's perfect to have a guy like that. And I'm not saying Pat cannot do that because he's obviously very smart. But the pressure that they're getting, it still blows me away that they're not doing quicker or RPO type things. Kareem Hunt, don't worry about him. That's not happening in the second half. And I know I spoke pretty heavily about Pat Mahomes' completions, but he's not next to fucking nothing at the moment. So they're going to have to be more aggressive in trying to sustain drives. I know the easy answer is to just say, hey, let's go deep. But it's not there against his defense. These guys do not give it up. They need to be patient. 24 points is a fucking hell of a lot. But these guys need to get their shit together. They need to become. We're going to find out. Is he the greatest of all time? And he might win as many Super Bowls as he wants. But Brady coming back from 28-3 was literally something, mate. So, hey, that's something for the rest of us to cheer on about.
This is not the first time Mahomes has been down 24-0. The Texans game 5 years ago, that was a little bit different because Kansas City made the comeback in the second quarter, and it was like only a 3-point game at halftime. Of course, you think about the Super Bowl, Patriots, Falcons. That was 21-3 at halftime, and the Falcons scored first in the second half, and it was 28-3, as everybody knows. So it's not impossible if you're a Chiefs fan. I'm saying that to give you hope. But this is a different type of team, this Eagles team that's built to play with the lead, man. And I'm sitting here. I've got Eagles to win by more than 10, Eagles to win by more than 12, and Eagles to win by more than 19. You know, so I want to put to the floor. Now, I'm a bit greedy because I've mixed it all up with a little bit of Ertz rushing, which isn't going great. I've mixed it with a little bit of Devontae Smith, and he hasn't done much. I've mixed it with a little bit of unders. So I'm in a position where, like, if everything goes perfect, I could jackpot on my place, but I could also still not get a great return, even with a big Eagles win. Like, the worst case would be if the Eagles win, but it's a blowout overs because I've kind of linked unders, but I still don't get my Devontae Smith or Hurts. Who do you need for a touchdown in the second half?
Well, I mean, I loaded up a hell of a lot of things, firstly, obviously, on Jalen Hurts. Do like Devonta Smith with the way he's getting open at the moment. And again, obviously spoke a hell of a lot about Goddard as well. Here comes the ball. It's coming my way. That's all right. Some other asshole got it, but that's fine. So, yeah, for me, I don't have too much more tied up in touchdowns at the moment. There's a hell of a lot of game props. And as I've said multiple times, I expect there to be fourth down conversions. And I don't know how that's going to go for Philadelphia at the moment. Like, that's something I felt a hell of a lot really strong about. That ball hit a car. And the Butker one as well. So both of them, I think, are on the back foot. But, man, it's been good. It's been a wild game. And, again, I don't mean to bring it up, but to sit there and think that you had a Minnesota Vikings dude just throw the ball for a fucking hoop. Incredible. So to lose the Jahan Dotson one was pretty brutal, man. Like, I only had $5 on it, but at 101 odds was just fucking insane on that. And there was a play there as well where they hit. Pardon?
When he caught it, Smith was out there as well, and my instant reaction was that Smith, because I'm not even expecting Dotson to be out there. But that was a great call, man. To get 101 after the 1 yard line.
Well, I didn't post that one. That was the tough thing for it. It was just more of a personal one. And when, again, your receiving yards are sitting at 2.5 yards, why would you? But it was just more of a case of, again, like I've said multiple times, he's on the field a hell of a lot, and there's a lot of attention on the other two guys. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough second half. But Philadelphia, they are literally coming out, and you can see them. Their mindset is different. And there was an interview, I think, with Lane Johnson where he said that in their first Super Bowl, they weren't overly prepared. And they went into halftime. They didn't change a great deal. But I think in this one, because they have that experience, I think we're going to see a little bit of a change up here. But obviously, it's going to be mostly about chewing up the clock. But again, what they do with Saquon is really big because they're running him into stuff which is not problematic. Sorry, is the wrong one. I'm getting too distracted. It's not the smart thing to do running it out of with heavier personnel. The fact to keep doing that is concerning because the stats are there right now. They've only done it out a lot of boxes a couple of times. That should be what they're attacking, mate. So have a look. I think when it is the 3 wide receiver sets, look at the success that Saquon Barkley's having.
Yeah, I mean, what do I know? But I feel exactly the same way. Spread them out, but have Saquon there, and then give him the ball and then miss. But what I'm thinking is he's going to have to load up to stop Saquon even more so, and they already did really well. Saquon's only got 31 yards. So the Chiefs are going to sell out to stop Saquon. So what I'm looking for is how many times does Jalen Hurts pull it and run it himself,
Yeah.
because the Eagles want to do something safe, or your easy completions, your stuff underneath. But when the Chiefs have the ball, what's Philly going to be thinking? No deep plays, no explosives.
Yeah.
So I think Mahomes probably pieced them up the whole second half because they'll let him have the easy stuff. What you talk about is long drives and time of possession, trying to even that balance. But 24 is a massive mountain to climb.
It is, and like, what sort of surprised me is how much pressure they're actually getting on Pat Mahomes at the moment, and they're still not doing a lot of RPO short yardage stuff. And you can see that they're sort of like rolling the like the Refidex on it, Rolodex, randomly trying to get Pacheco in there to do things. Fucking insane. Like it's almost like they're playing Battleship offense where they're just like trying different things and see if this works. It's bizarre. It's extremely bizarre for a Kansas City Chiefs offense. Again, RPOs, I think that would be the quickest thing, because if you notice a lot of the times that the Eagles, and I have said this, that they line up in a hell of a lot of zones. So you're getting mismatches on the outside, and that's a good chance for a pick play, something quick. Why you wouldn't do that, I do not know. They're not always throwing anything deep, but, man, you got to alleviate some of that pressure off Pat at the moment.
You want to tell the story when we watched the Super Bowl in New Orleans 12 years ago, and we had a bet at halftime?
Yes, I do. So, you, me, and a few other faithful friends, Jonesy, I think Germ was there, possibly Tomo as well. So we loaded up on the first touchdown score of the second half on literally everything. Everything, everyone. But then the opening kickoff went straight back for a touchdown. And I've never felt more silence and experienced more silence in a room in all my life. It was awesome. Obviously, like, kick returns in playoffs are fantastic, especially Super Bowls. But in that one, oh, man, whether or not that's going to be the case in this one, man, that would be absolutely wild. Tom's just gone through the hoop twice. Good on you, brother. You got a hat there for that one. But, yeah, that was the story for that one. And that was obviously at your place. That was a good time, mate. We've got plenty of good memories,
Ravens 49ers. It was at the same stadium. It was in New Orleans. And I remember the 49ers were down, so we were like, oh, Crabtree, score. Who else would have gone? Whoever the Ravens had, like Anquan Bolden or whoever. And we were trying
Torrey
to find
Smith, I think, was in that one.
And they didn't give us the option. And then it was a special teams touchdown. And then we said we want a refund, or that bet shouldn't count because it was special teams. But because Jacoby Jones was also a receiver, they said that just counts as Jacoby Jones' first touchdown second half. So we came up.
That was that weird one. That was when they obviously lost the power in the Super Bowl and all that sort of stuff as well. And that's when San Francisco completely turned things around. But I don't know, man. This is something else. The pressure that they're getting at the moment, again, I keep putting on it, like, a lot of stuff I talk about and am very heavily invested on is war in the trenches. And that changes a hell of a lot of things. Like, if an offensive player on the offensive line is out, people don't notice it. But all you have to do so much is even listen to, there was an interview with Barstool where they had Jason Kelsey on, and he said obviously he was the guy that communicated a hell of a lot of things. And he goes, if I had one guard that was out injured or whatever, he goes, you'd sort of have to help him up. But he goes, if we had two, man, it was nonstop. And he goes, that was a hell of a lot harder for me because you're basically coaching people up as the game goes along. The offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously they've got a little rapport together at the moment.
Arnie told me he's never watching NFL again. He's not watching the Super Bowl, but somehow miraculously he does, to catch this ball. So the resurrection of Barney. Not the biggest Mahomes fan. He says, holy, 24-0, McFlog, 2 of the all-time wedding dead Super Bowl performances.
It's at the same. It's definitely up there. Like, it's still Mahomes, so it's sort of hard to say. But some of those interceptions, man, are going to haunt him for the rest of his life, and it's going to give a hell of a lot of content to people on the internet for sure.
Can I just draw some parallels? Barney, all-time Mahomes hater, all-time Nathan Cleary hater. Now, about 18 months ago, Nathan Cleary was down 24. It wasn't 24-0, but it was 24-8 in the second half of the grand final. And Cleary had a stinker of a game for the first 60 minutes, and then actually got the star in Mario and just became basically immortalized forever in the final 20 minutes. of the 2024 NRL Grand Final. So just be careful poking the bear. I mean, I've said it too. You've got me on record now. I've said that's a wrap when it was 24-0. I think the Eagles have got this. And I think the only question is whether they're going to win by that massive margin or whether the Chiefs are going to cut into it a bit. And obviously all the props are still in play. I can't see the comeback coming back. But if the Chiefs could do it, you can't say it's never happened before. Now, I lost Nettie. Don't know if that's battery connection related, but that was awesome to get Nettie in. So I really appreciate that. Barney says Chiefs don't have Stephen Crichton. I mean, look, I love you, Barney. Sometimes you got to take the L, and I mean, I don't think you can take away from Nathan Cleary in the final 20 minutes of the 2024 Grand Final. I think you have to say that was the best 20 minutes anyone's ever played on just about any footy field in history. And that I'm still kind of stunned by how that Grand Final ended. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. I don't think it's going to happen because I've seen Mahomes come back. I don't know if Mahomes has ever come back against a defense as good as this Eagles defense. And the combination of what makes the Eagles so deadly and why I bet all these Eagles margins over is not only are they great defense, but they're an offense that's so hard to get off the field because they've got such a good offensive line, such a strong running game, which of course burns the clock and gives you less time and therefore less possessions to come back. So I don't see it. I mean, the live line right now is 16 and a half. The Super Bowl 2 years ago, when the Chiefs were down 10, the live line was -7. The Eagles were a -7 favorite and lost. But right now, the Eagles are a -16 and a half favorite, which means the Chiefs are actually 7.5 point favorites in the second half alone. Think about that. So, do you think the Chiefs are going to win the second half by more than a touchdown? That's what is required for the Chiefs to cover the live line. I personally don't. I still will probably play the minus, but obviously I don't need to. I have to check my app now. Did I get 19 plus or 20 plus? But it was 15 to 1. That would be handy, I tell you. But yeah, we'd love to see Hollywood Brown catch a couple of the passes that actually come his way. That would be nice. Could be asking too much, but that'd be nice. Yeah. What odds do we get on that? Well, it was $15, but what was the exact margin? Like over 19 I've got. So the Eagles actually have to be like 20 or more, 15 to 1. Barney had to jump in and support us. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the fact that the Chiefs are losing by a lot. Barney, if you want to call in, Tristan, I think, is just going to send me text updates. I'll read my messages from Tristan. But yeah, what I really want to know, let me know in the comments, who's going to be Super Bowl MVP and are any bookies offering live odds on Super Bowl MVP? Because I was searching that on Sportsbet and I couldn't find. Oh, Jalen Hurts is $1.28, so I did tip that at $4.50. Let me think. I couldn't put it in any same game multis, so I don't know if I've got any money running that. Oh, I've got a combo. I did a combo combined, but I need like a Hollywood Brown or a. Once again, I need a Hollywood Brown or a Devontae Smith touchdown. Neither of those come close yet. So there you go. Jalen Hurts is $1.28 because obviously Saquon's done nothing. Let's have a look at these stats then. Let's dive into the stats. Well, I was going to read you the message from Tristan, so I'm a little all over the shop. That's what we get with a live podcast. Okay, Tristan says they've had hardly any big bets coming in live. Bit surprising because he was expecting, some people to try and chase the Chiefs and get low odds on Chiefs. He said they definitely want unders and they don't want a Saquon Barkley touchdown bookies. So from top of his head, they want Philly just playing the lead and running the clock down. And he says the first drive is important because if Philly scores another defensive touchdown
or there's another turnover by Kansas City, the score is going to blow out because if you get quick scores by the Chiefs because of turnovers in short fields, then you get, sorry, not by the Chiefs, but the Eagles, then you're going to also keep giving the Chiefs the ball again down further and being more aggressive, and you will ultimately get points by Kansas City. Yeah, I thought I'd just do a little deep dive into the stats. Like the live stats so far. Alright. So if you're betting, Cooper to G was $8 for MVP. That's not crazy. I don't think it's another interception or something. But if you're betting Super Bowl MVP, you're looking at Hurts being 11 for 15, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 intercept. So I suppose I forgot, like he did throw that ball to AJ Brown, which means AJ Brown is a possibility too. AJ Brown's currently got 2 for 34 with a TD. I'm just saying if AJ Brown got like 2 more TDs or something, so that's a pretty long shot. Okay, Jalen Hurts has 25 yards on the ground. So I mean, I had him for 40, not in a bad position because Curly should run it a fair bit. But 25 on the ground. The problem is, of course, if you've got a Jalen Hurts rushing, they're going to win. Touch wood, but the Eagles are going to win. And Hurts could be kneeling 3 times at the end of the game. So that's a slight concern. So that's not anything impressive. 120 passing, 25 rushing, 1 TD. Oh, of course, he's got the rushing TD too. So it's just there's nobody else really. So that could be a strong pick. It definitely is if you've got it in your pocket. And that was my MVP tip and Eddie's MVP tip. But again, like, I'll tell you when we get stuff wrong. I picked San Francisco in the Super Bowl last year. Now, they went to overtime. I don't think I was badly wrong, but I have to eat that. You know, I doubted the Chiefs. I went 30 over Mahomes, and the Chiefs came through, and everyone who backed the Chiefs let me have it. Like, and that's fine. If it's a 50-50 game and you go one side, you get it wrong, you know, you gotta wear that. And if you get it right, you get to celebrate. Even if you only get it right by the narrowest margin. The Chiefs have to convert a 4th down in overtime to stay alive, but that's fine. Like, all respect to everyone who beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. But it's not easy to do come up with all these picks. And I mean, both my playoff props are in a bad scenario. Brown has no catches so far. Devontae is behind Abel and their front, so we're going to lose both of them, and I'll bear that. But I've done really well with playoff props this whole playoffs. And if we both gave you the winner, the Eagles, and we both gave you Jalen Hurts MVP 450, like, that's pretty strong, so we can celebrate that. And as I said, I've got Brown and Smith for touchdowns. I've got Brown and Smith over 1 yards. There's still a whole half of football to play, so I'm kind of resigned to the fact that those aren't going to work out for me, but it just takes one moment with the receiver. Even though the Eagles are not trying to launch the ball down the field, because the Chiefs are going to be selling out to stop the run, because they need to make things happen. The Chiefs need to get the Eagles off the field. The Chiefs need to dare Philly to throw the ball occasionally, and there's a chance that they can string a long one, but who's it going to be? Is it going to be Goddard? And is it going to be more like AJ Brown? I'm obviously hoping it's like I said. But then when the Chiefs have the ball, they will be throwing it to wide receivers. So let's have a look at some of the Chiefs wide receiver stats. Off the top of my head, has Kelsey had a catch yet? Kelsey has not got a catch in this game. That's mad. But if you've got Kelsey overs, you've got a long way to go, but it's not impossible. Worthy has 1 catch for 1 yard. And I said this in the preview that everyone was going to be on Worthy because he had like over 100 in the AFC title game, and I wanted to steer away from Worthy. I think I was, maybe at the time I said it, Brown didn't have a catch. He does have 1 catch for 9 yards. So I mean, I've tipped him for 40, so 31 more yards, down big, still very possible. And who would have thought the leading receiver for the Chiefs is Juju Smith-Schuster, and the leading receiver for the Eagles is Jahan Dawson. Not too friendly to the punters. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that have the same gamers, and if you went Eagles, so many Eagles same gamers have got Barkley for a touchdown, guaranteed. So you're going to be hoping that Barkley can break one. We saw it last week. We saw it the week before, and we actually saw Barkley break the line very late in the wild card round, and he would have scored a 60-yard touchdown. He deliberately just slid and said, let's save my legs for bigger games. And look, I respect that, and I respect that the Eagles did chase the record. Like, as amazing as it would be to break the all-time rushing record, which Barkley would have got with like 80 or so more yards, I think it was, or 100 more yards in week 18. The Eagles didn't need the game. They rested O-line, they rested Barkley, and why did he rest and give up the chance for an all-time record? Just because you want to play a game like this, you want to win a game like this, and have absolutely the opportunity to do it. And I mean, basically what I expected happened. But Barkley got the carries. I told you I'm thinking Barkley's going to get 25 toes to the rock. He has 12 at half time. He'll get at least that in the second half if he doesn't get injured. But they're all for like 2 or 3 yards. He had a long of 9 and he has a total of 31 yards. You don't feel good about Barkley over 115. But, as I keep saying, because he's so explosive, he could get it. Adonis has hit Barkley under 25 and a half longest rush, so he's hoping that Barkley is not going to sprint one. Speaking of Adonis, I know he had Chiefs first half, he might be feeling too good. I don't know if he'll join me on the podcast. I know Maddie said he might call me from the pub, but Maddie, the Undertaker, understandably, probably doesn't feel like calling in. I respect that. Like, he's a diehard Chiefs fan, he would be hurting. And there'll be plenty of people that will be giving to Maddie and they'll be jumping on this thread where he tipped Chiefs at 650 and they'll be feeding him. Like, he tipped a team that was 650 and they ended up being favourites in the Super Bowl. That's a great tip, okay, regardless of what happens in this game. But people will let him have it. But then there's plenty of other people that have been feeding me that, thread and telling me the Chiefs are the greatest team of all time. You've got no idea. It's not even close. And if the Chiefs had won today, the amount of people that would be tagging me or letting me know about those comments, but because that's not going to happen, they'll never revisit those comments, and that's okay. I know that's just all part of it. I know that's how it goes. But if you're a Chiefs fan, this really does remind me of. It does remind me a lot of. I'm trying to think. That was 7 or 8 years ago, probably 8 years ago, 2017. Where the Falcons led 21-3 and we were still stunned. And boy, I tell you about that Super Bowl. I had under 58.5. I had Falcons plus 3.5. And it ends up 28 all and then goes to overtime. And the Patriots don't win by 3, they win by 6 because they scored the first drive. Because the Falcons couldn't stop them. The Patriots had to score back-to-back touchdowns in the fourth quarter and converted the 2-point conversion twice just to get to OT. And not even just to get to OT, but Falcons still had the ball with a minute and a half to go. Could have got a field goal one, but of course they didn't. Falcons were in field goal range. Julio Jones, one of the great Super Bowl catches of all time. But then you get a holding penalty backed out of field goal range. Don't able to kick it. That was going to put him up 11 late. The amount of plays, I mean, that Super Bowl still blows my mind to this day. And I'm mentioning it because, as Steve says in the comments, Steve, you can get the Chiefs at $15. So all those people out there that said it was a guarantee the Chiefs were going to win this game, are you all on that now? Are you all betting Chiefs live? You know what I mean? Because either you still believe the Chiefs are going to win, or what you said wasn't true. Because before the game, there were definitely people in our group saying there was no other possibility the Chiefs were going to win. If you still feel that way, yes, the mega odds. Because I know if the Chiefs come back, people will say, oh, I knew they'd come back. Like, I was listening to that Nick Wright talking about the Chiefs, and he's acting like when they were down 24-0 in Texans, he said, I was just slightly worried, but I still thought we'd win. Like, no, you didn't. Nobody thinks you're going to win when you're down 24. You might still think you have hope, but nobody thinks you're going to win because you could jump on and get double-digit odds, live odds, but you didn't. And it's just funny how after the bet, people are like, oh, I heard people saying in the first Super Bowl, Chiefs playing against San Fran, oh, the Chiefs were down 10 against San Francisco, but they played into their trap. And they figured out the 49ers and the Chiefs were never going to lose. They were exactly where they wanted to be. Like, no, the Chiefs were not where they wanted to be in that fourth quarter down 10. If they had to play the 60-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, probably don't win that Super Bowl. So it's very easy afterwards people say, I knew that was going to happen. And look, I did tip Eagles, and I did tip Eagles by a margin, but I'm not going to say I knew this was going to happen, because I also knew there was a chance the Chiefs could win. It's just all about the odds you think you Track says the Chiefs can never be compared to Panthers in the NRL. I mean, there is a very obvious comparison there. Chiefs going for 3 in a row, Panthers just won 4 in a row. Chiefs have Mahomes, Panthers have Cleary. You got to also respect the fact that the Chiefs are doing this in a league with a draft and a league with 32 teams. And then the NRL 16, 17 teams, right? But there are comparisons. How the Chiefs won today, there'll be massive comparisons, but because the Chiefs are losing this, now all the Chiefs haters will come out and say they're not that good. And that's why, although the Chiefs won 15 games this year, one game the kick at the post was at the Chargers game. The Raiders are going to kick a winning field goal, fumble the snap. The Broncos are going to kick a winning field goal and gets blocked. Like, there were a lot of warning signs that this Chiefs team wasn't dominant. But of course, all the Chiefs fans said they did enough to win. What more do you want from us? So, look, I've got to say this after the fact because I said all along I didn't think it was a sustainable model for Kansas City. All those narrow wins, very lucky wins. I don't feel you can replicate that week in, week out. So I felt that the Eagles were the better team. How is this going to affect the Bronx legacy? Well, now the Bronx got Luca on his team, and it's LAL, isn't it? Luca, Boston, and LeBron. Because Boston Reeves had 45 yesterday. He's legit. And just to quickly side note NBA, we won't spend too long, but like Boston Reeves was a free agent in the off-season. Nobody else came up with a big offer. The obvious team that should have signed Boston Reeves was San Antonio. San Antonio had the cap space. They had Wemby. They want to build a strong roster. The Lakers got a bargain on Austin Reeves. I couldn't believe that nobody else tried to sign Austin Reeves away from LA for bigger money. It just seems like he stayed under the radar. And Austin Reeves is like a legit contributor. Well, I don't think the Lakers are a contender per se. They didn't get a big man at the deadline. But you've got legit pieces, as we all know, to contend. Where you've got Luca, when you've got LeBron's still doing it at age 40, and then Austin Reeves, I think the clear third banana on that team. So LeBron's legacy, well, he's got a chance at the fifth ring. He said he's going to play maybe one more year. He wouldn't be the best player on the team anymore, but still contributing. Now, Steve says, can I get a better mic? I'm sorry, man. That's the biggest issue with today's feed is that my other mic seems to let me down. And I'm now on the crappy mic on the computer. And Big said it was better, but I think it's going in and out. Look, if you're there with me, Steve, you can help me road test. I'll try and plug my good mic in one more time. And you guys tell me. All right. We've got no mic, no mic, no mic. Or I'm going to go quiet now. I'm going to try and upgrade. Okay, now I'm on my actual microphone. So please tell me, did the sound just get better or did the sound just get worse? Ryan says it just got better. So maybe I'll stick with it. I don't know why the sound is dropping in and out. I don't know. The auto volume function is not helping. Now people say it's way better, but I don't know. Sorry, guys, but I appreciate everyone letting me know. I don't know if it's the StreamYard thing with the auto adjust. I could try to turn off the auto adjust function, but that could be worse. Second half has started, by the way. Chiefs got the ball at 30. Starting the run, 7 yards. The Eagles are going to keep everything in front of them, so there'll be opportunity for yards this half for the Chiefs. I can say that for you. So now with my proper mic, tell me again, guys, please. Is this better or is this worse? Because I'll either leave it at this or I'll rip it out and then go back to the echoing, like kind of crappy mic. Worthy in space. Yeah, Worthy beat one tackler. That's what the Chiefs need. They're going to need to get the ball in the hands of playmakers. And of course, the Chiefs are also going to have to play with pace. Although Daddy's just got to work down. Not much you can do in terms of pace when you get sacked. But generally, the Chiefs are going to have to snap the ball with like 20 or more seconds on the play clock. Because you need quick touchdown runs. You need 6 or 7 possessions in the second half to score 5 times at least, realistically, because you're not going to shut Philly out in the second half. Oh, he got him again. Back-to-back sacks. This is ugly. This is ugly. He's going to down coming up. He's going to down coming up. I mean, at what point is Josh Sweat an opportunity for the MVP as well? But I do also think that MVP, people have got to remember how good Jalen Hurts was in the losing Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like, it wasn't Jalen Hurts' fault. He put up 35 points. And I feel like the voters, it comes into their mind that Hurts was so good in the losing effort, and he's like close to best on field. He is the quarterback default option. 3rd and 17. Oh, he's under pressure, Paddy, and he's not going to get it. He's running. Oh, he's running. But no, long way to go. But he got about an extra 7 or 10 yards there, but still, Chiefs are punting. Or are they? Yes, they are punting. Massive hole by Philly. Massive hole. If you're Kansas City, you had to score a touchdown on that drive. To get back-to-back sacks and to have to punt is brutal.
I'm going to just ask who scores first TD of the second half, guys. Put your predictions in. As in, which player? I will be right back. I need to fill up my drink. Eagles ball on the 20. So if I need to go to the toilet or something, I could probably go during the game because you probably prefer I'm here for the ad breaks. But anyway, this means to duck off from time to time over 4 hours. His average ticket price today is $6,000. This is crazy. We're going to get a bucket list for me. I'd love to go to a Super Bowl. But that's just insane money. I was in Brazil for the FIFA World Cup in 2014, and you could get a ticket to the final for like $1,500 US. So that's the World Cup final. It's only once every 4 years. The Super Bowl is like 5 times that, 4 times that. Here's another Saquon catch. Now Saquon had a catch for a big loss in the first half, I think. He only had 3 receiving yards, just got about 5 all in. So I mean, Saquon to have a lot of catches was probably a good bet, but yardage he hasn't got the yardage yet. But yeah, I felt like something was not throwing into Saquon late in the year because they just wanted to get him the rushing record, but in the playoffs, just get him the ball any way you can. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some more short passes to Saquon. You know, put his belly there and he gets 1 yard. That's been the story of the day. But isn't it crazy? You would not have thought Philly could be up 24, but Saquon's completely contained. Wow. Ryan's saying it's as if a plug is not fully plugged in. Appreciate it. The hands up. Maybe it's time to upgrade this equipment. I just called, go, Hurts, go. That's good yardage. Come on. Yes. That gets him up to around 40, which is what I needed. Now we've got Devontae Smith, first touchdown, second half. That would be handy. Devontae? No, throwing it away. Well, Devontae short game, that doesn't help. Doesn't really help. Although it helps Philly, just keeps that clock winding. Keeps them in manageable distance. They run for Hurts, it all adds up too for the Super Bowl MVP as well. So if he ends up with like 50 yards rushing, yeah, that's significant. There's the big run by Barkley. Now, I think Spadonis is still safe. That wasn't 25, but there's his biggest run of the day. Finally, I mean, you're running into a wall of players, but you always knew Barkley would break the wall a couple of times, and that's why the Eagles aren't giving up on that. They'll hand it to Saquon, 2 yards, because they know he'll break one. And it's a safe play. And as Brady says, the Chiefs are getting worn down. They are going to be so tired. All this time spent on the field. Another 3 or 4 yard gainer, but it all adds up. Please let me know about the sound again, guys. Is it okay, or do I abandon the mic and go back to the more echoey computer mic? Running. Let's go. Oh, yes. There's your Hurts rushing yards. That's what I spoke
to Eddie about. Like, obviously, the Chiefs will sell out to stop Saquon. I think Hurts pulls it a few times and runs it himself. This is unstoppable. Oh, there's the Barkley receiving yards. Should have gone Barkley receiving yards. That's his 5th catch at Jupiter too. And here's the big opportunity for a Saquon touchdown. He's going to get it right now. He's going to get it right now. That was obvious. Now, this is my chance for a Devontae Smith touchdown. Okay? Play action pass, and then give it to Smith. Beat someone a man. This is the chance, because if the Eagles were any closer, they'd just push it 3 times. But because they just lost a yard there, Hurts may throw the ball. This would be clutch if I get a Devontae touchdown right now. I know that's too greedy, but come on. I mean, more likely they're just going to run it again. Or throw it to AJ. In fact, they're calling timeout. Odds are now Philadelphia $1.001, meaning bet 1,000 to win $1 on the Eagles.
Oh, Padonis is here. Padonis in the house. Hey, bro.
Winny, how are we? How's everyone going?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. Happy Super Bowl.
What do you make of it so far, man? A bit of a surprise?
Bit of a surprise, yeah. Can't really say it's a not really a contest at the moment. It looks like Philly about to go up 31-0. Almost say it's game over, but I said that 2 years ago in the NRL Grand Final, and look what Penrith did to me. But
I know, I was talking about that game too. But who's going to score the TD here, you reckon?
I'm going to go Barkley.
Oh, 3rd down. See, I need Devontae Smith. It's a good opportunity for a wide receiver here because I think it's just too far to run it in. What other bets have you got on?
Definitely
I know you've got your
Barkley
longest rush. You've got under 25.5. He has not had one that long yet. What else you got on?
He just ripped a big run just before when I was trying to jump in, but I didn't really see how much that went for. But
Nah, it wasn't 25. It was like 15 or something.
Okay, sweet.
You're good.
Yeah, cool. No, I've also got I'm on the same bet as Nettie with the Butker field goals, which looks like it's going to fail because even if
you're in trouble. Yeah, the Chiefs won't kick field goals
down.
now.
No. And I'm on Kareem Hunt rush yards under.
You're looking good there, mate. You can just about cash that one.
Yeah. Not only is he, they won't see the volume for now. They'll be
even Mahomes has no rushing yards yet. He's got 8 yards.
Yeah. The only way I see him being able to run the ball in the second half is if he scrambles. But at the moment, there's 100%. Just no space for him.
Yep, 100%. So make your prediction then. This play, it's third and goal from the 5. What happens?
3rd and goal from the 5. I think Hurts is going to look for someone that's a bit of a security blanket for him. I'm going to predict he's going to go for Goddard.
Yeah, you could see that. The tight end's always open in the end zone. You got Goddard. You got AJ Brown's a big target. You got Devontae's quick. But then you've got Hurts could just go for a keeper because the thing about Philly is if they get 3 or 4 yards, that's nearly as good as a touchdown because then they're at the 1, right?
Yeah.
So the run is still a possibility from the 5-yard line. I'm obviously cheering Devontae. But do you have any anytime touchdown bets live at the moment?
No, I don't.
No.
And from the past, I'll sort of steer clear from try scorer touchdown bets as long as there's like an outstanding value or there's a a gap in the market you can sort of take advantage of if there's an error. But otherwise, I was just on first touchdown scorer. I had a few value picks, but one of them was actually Neddy's one.
Oh, you had Dodson. You're kidding. He was 100 to 1 there.
Unbelievable. Oh, I had 85 when I heard Neddy had 100. I'm like, oh, shit, he better odds than all of us.
And what are you thinking? Obviously, it's a really pivotal play, but like the total right now is 44.5. The live line is 22.5.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
this
look,
play
at half time, I would have said that the total is going to go over for sure because it's a perfect game state for someone that has backed an over. But coming out of half time, Chiefs punt the ball, looked like they were getting some sort of momentum, and then they just can't find any space at the moment. And so I would say that if they don't score a touchdown here, Philly, I think it's going to go under.
Yeah, I mean, perfect game script for the Chiefs to get some, backdoor scores. But they can't move the ball against this Eagles front.
Yeah.
So, but they could make mistakes. All right, I'm cheering Devontae here. I don't know if we're synchronized on our timing on this. It's about to snap right now for me.
Well, I'm a little bit behind you then, I think.
Go, Devontae. No. Go, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Oh, he's going to throw it away. Oh, he actually caught it. He caught it out of bounds. Bugger.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I need to try to. That's right. I need to try to refresh my feed to try to get one that's a bit faster.
Oh, I would have loved Devontae there. $15 for first touchdown, second half. I could tell the way when he broke right, it was going to be there, but not enough room. Not enough room.
At least he went for it for you.
Now, if anyone's on the tripod bingo, this is going to cash shortest field goal. We've still got a bit of work to do, but we could still win the bingo because we've got the over the intercepts that's well and truly covered. If we get this, touch wood that Elliott doesn't miss the bloody. Oh! There could have been a jump there.
What else do you need, Winnie, for the bingo?
So we need a Brown or Smith touchdown. Like that's only one leg, but it's not looking great. We've lost the sack bet. We're going to win the field goal bet. Oh, false start. That's going to push it back. It's still going to be a short field goal, though. And what we need is both teams to convert a fourth down. So I do feel pretty confident the Chiefs will convert a fourth down because they've got no choice. They'll be going for it on a bunch of fourth downs. But Philly have not actually converted a fourth down this game yet. And that could actually be my undoing too, couldn't it?
Could backfire us when, especially if they choose to punt because there's nothing really there for them to risk it.
Do you know what, mate? That false start actually did push them outside of the shortest field goal prop. So we didn't win that leg. That's cooked.
29. Oh, wow.
5. I thought they were on the 5, and I thought they were pushing to the 10, but it pushed them to the 11. Bugger. Nah,
it would have been 5.5 then, and they rounded it.
Yeah, the bingo was a real chance if they kicked the short field goal there now, because I mean the Chiefs aren't going to kick a short field goal. No way. They're going for it if they get inside the 10.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think the bingo is not going to be any good. But I mean, Nettie and I both did at least. We gave Hurts MVP. That looks nearly a sure thing. I don't know who else could get it. Montez Sweat has about 3 sacks. Yeah. DeJean.
What odds was he at halftime?
Man, at halftime he was still $1.28. It was pretty much locked in their eyes.
Lock.
Yeah, they don't give you any value, do they?
No, smarter than us.
So, what do you put it down to? This 27-0 lead. Like, what's kind of surprising you, or what's the key?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen Mahomes play with such. It doesn't look like he's free at all. There's no rhythm to the offense. I don't know. The defensive line for the Eagles overwhelmed them for sure, but they've faced other defensive lines throughout the season that have been just as good as Philly's stats wise. So I wouldn't sort of say that they're any better than what they've faced with other teams in their conference. They did play the Ravens too, which I know that at the start of the season they started a bit slow, but their defensive line towards the end of the year was on par with the Eagles. And same as the Bills, even though they had their issues in the secondary. I think last week was probably the toughest test. Welcome, Nettie.
Here is the street, boys.
What up, dude?
We got Nettie back in the house.
He's joining us because
boys.
there's not much of a contest on the field, so we thought we'd get along.
Hey, since I've been talking,
No, I'm sure the game's still in hand, mate. It's all right.
Adonis, you Nettie. Adonis, you ask Nettie what you want to know. Let me step back.
I missed you there, Winnie.
I'm gonna go get.
I didn't quite hear you. I think there's too much background in Nettie's. Okay, he's gone. That's right. It's up to us, Nettie. How are you, mate?
Good, brother. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Punt cast by Adonis and Mr. Ned any given Sunday.
Old school.
Now, I'm not sure where you're up to, Nettie, but my feed is I was about 30 seconds behind Winnie when I was watching the live, so a few plays were old.
That's all right. Well, where we are here, the Eagles have literally just kicked off now. So if anything happens, I'll try and keep my mouth shut a little bit.
Nah, that's all good. I'm about to kick it off as well.
What are you sitting on, mate? What are some of your bets? I don't know you've spoken about. I might have missed them.
You guys
that I've got left
on
to
the
play
over
is
1.5 field
longest
goals.
rushing yard for Saquon Barkley under 25.5.
Yeah.
I'm on Kareem Hunt under 45.5 rush yards for the game, which game script sort of is going to dictate that's going to be a winner. And that's probably the only. Oh, and I was also on the Butker one that you're on as well, but that's going to lose.
Running dangerously thin at the moment with how much time they're chewing up, but it still blows me away. We saw it on the very first drive of the Chiefs. Like Xavier Worthy, like if they had him as like a chip out or something short, they could have easily hit him, but everything's long and deep developing. I went through the exact same thing, painfully, against the Denver Broncos, and Cam Newton's come out against it, and he said that in that game plan, everything was a 5 and 7 step drop. And when you have a pass rush like that, if you do not adjust as it goes on, it's just uncharacteristic from Reed at the moment. Like I do not understand why it's not quick, it's not short, it's not just trying to matriculate down the field.
Yep.
They're currently sitting 2nd and 4. Again, I'll stop saying that sort of stuff, but stop going for the kill shot.
Here's one for you, Nettie. Do you bring in Carson Wentz?
For what? You think he's struggling that much? You can't do that. No way. No, 0. Do you believe we might see him?
Really special against his former team. Control 50-yard Hail Mary.
Oh, Jesus, look at this.
Just a crazy play there, and Mahomes nearly fumbled it, but which would have been a turnover because there was a holding flag, but the holding flag would have been fumbling. Mahomes just like he held on to that, but he never would have turned this play off.
I just saw an update come on. Absolutely. I just saw an update come on my phone. I don't know whether or not it's real. I haven't chased up the source, but apparently Jacoby, Dean has gone out with the pulled hamstring. So I don't know how real that is. I just saw a quick update on my phone then, which is huge because he's the one that's been mostly matching up against Kelsey across the middle. Man, look at that.
I was just actually thinking now, Winnie, with the given it's 27-0, you could probably still have a chance of winning the shortest field goal for the Chiefs to get it back to a 3 scores in theory, because if they consider themselves 24 down.
I think is an Eagles field goal because they'll just take the point. Yeah.
Unless the fourth down for the Chiefs is like 4th and 10 or plus.
Now, is that Travis Kelce?
All right, boys. I don't want to get ahead of what's happening, but this is a big play in the game right here, right now for Charles.
And fourth down is bingo on the line too. We need a Chiefs conversion.
Yeah.
And
what else do we need, Winnie? I know you've got the interceptions one.
Yeah, that's all I've got, man. The bloody field goal earlier, the false start. Oh, you're ahead of me.
Defense wins championships, boys. Wow. That's an awesome play by him. He's been with Philadelphia a long time.
How did Hollywood Brown get no
Why you
targets?
That's what I've said, man. I do not understand the game script that Kansas City are going with, especially when they're short, sharp, quick, hand out of the ball. It's like they just haven't been doing it this game. And Andy Reid is not someone that just sits on what he's doing. Like, he adjusts. It's what he loves to do. And they're not trying anything different. It's fucking bizarre. Unless he's seeing something. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, in that game, Pat played relatively well, I guess, despite all the pressure they were facing. But again, everything is deep in this game. I do not understand it whatsoever. And now you are well and truly on the ropes. You're just about one and done here.
100%. And the one time that they go short, and it is when everyone's expecting to on 4th and 5.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, it's nice. Do we still think Tom Brady's better than Pat Mahomes or not? It's a tough one. Like, the main thing with this game is what everyone spoke about, right? Like, so coming into this game, everyone said, like, yes, Philadelphia's a better team, top to bottom, but it's Pat Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. I still feel, and as crazy as Pat Mahomes is, like, with Tom Brady, you're 100%, you're never out of it. Like, he was just smart, and again, 28-3, like, that's evident in there right there. But this is, I truly do not know what's going on right now. And I know they're sort of weak talking at the moment, but his decisions or whether it's play calling, I don't know. I've never seen anything like it.
We've never seen him so rattled before, have we?
No, not like this.
Composure's sort of been his strong suit ever since he entered the league.
Yeah, but he's got to have that help. Like, knowing up against this defensive line and the pressure that they were going to get, I thought they'd just script a lot more unless they were just oblivious to it and kicking Cooney out to the left tackle and sort of solve it.
I was saying to Winny just before you jumped in, that it's not like the Eagles' defensive line is so much better than what they faced throughout the season. They have faced a couple of good teams with similar defensive line stats-wise. But I don't know, you can't say that they weren't prepared for it, but it looks like they clearly are.
Yeah, it's absolutely bizarre, mate. It really is. But I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I want to see a lot more Devonta Smith on the second half. I want to see a lot more of that sort of stuff. But I think Philly being in the position that they're on, what have I got? Everything. No, I did have Kareem Hunt under. There was a lot of things on game props that I did have, obviously with the field goals and the fourth down conversions, which again are looking more and more bleak as the game goes on. Juju, I think I need one more catch from him on that. And again, everything's shooting up really nice to see some more Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Juju. But as the game goes on, it's actually looking less and less likely because they're just not spreading the ball out at all.
Yeah. And at halftime too, I would have thought perfect.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Huge. You'll see. I'm out, boys. I'll come back a bit later. This is going to be a good one. Peace.
All right, so it looks like Padonis is in here by himself.
Let's go!
Winnie's back. And
Let's go!
Smith.
Devontae with the first TD second half. Devontae goes over on yards. Devontae anytime touchdown. That's how we like it. You're up 27-0. Still throwing the ball because they're trying to shut down the run, get the play action pass. You get the defense to bite. Once he's even, he's leaving. Please tell me he held on to that ball. Padonis, I'm sorry. I spoiled it for you. You're behind.
Nah, all good. Big explosion.
Oh, he caught it. That's how we like it. That's cash, baby. That is cash.
What was his total, Jacob?
His total was 50. He only had about 25 then, but what did he just get? He got about 50 right there.
Oh, that was almost close to 50 on that hit. Yeah,
all right, mate. The only thing I'm greedy about is like I wanted to play Eagles to win by 11 plus, 13 plus, and 20 plus, but I've done a bunch of multis, right? So I bet a couple of them as singles, but I also mixed in like Devontae Smith overs, Devontae Smith TD, Jalen Hurts rushing, but I've also mixed in quite a few of them, the unders. And that's probably my big, like, obviously I'm greedy because I'm cleaning up so far, but where are you at with the unders? I won't show the live total, but what do you think the live total is right now? It's 34-0 with like 18 minutes to go.
Live total, I think, would be like add over under 15.5 to the total you're on. So I'd probably say it's 46.5.
That'd be 49.5.
49.5, sorry, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking the live total is like 47. Let's have a look. Yeah, 47.5 it is. So I've got it at 49.5. I've got the initial total, right? So it's like 50-50. So obviously the game is over. And I said it was over, 24-0. But the total is very much in the balance. So that's kind of the fun of punting. Like, a lot of people probably switched off right now because the game's over. But the game's not over when you've got all these props. I've still got my Hollywood Brown props. I got my Jalen Hurts props. I got the total, So that's what I'm going to be cheering now, man, that just unders. But it's very hard because the Chiefs are pressing. Like, they went for that 4th down at midfield. And it's like, no matter what happens is good for the over. Because you either get it and you're going to score, or you don't get it and it's short field for the Eagles. Or
unless Mahomes throws it on 4th down and it goes into Eagles territory, it's intercepted again for you.
Yeah.
And then it's like a punt.
Yes, or like if you want unders and you're like, I'm screwed here, the Chiefs are just going to be throw. What you really want for unders, Worthy, massive. If you want unders, what you need is like the Chiefs to get all the way to like the red zone, and then obviously need to go for it, and then on 4th down don't get it, and then you get like a long drive that chews up time, and it leaves the ball in Philly territory deep, but it doesn't end up with any points because what you're not going to get is any Chiefs field goals. So it's kind of like they're either going to score 7 or nothing. Worthy just had a big chunk. What are you watching this on? Did you see that?
I haven't got TV, but
phone.
I'm streaming it. Yeah. Well, I would have used my laptop, but I'm scared that the bandwidth can cut out trying to stream on this chat plus trying to stream the game. So I'm on second and 10.
I'm reacting to this stuff like 20 or 30 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, that's all right.
You tell me what you're seeing anyway. Have you seen the Worthy play?
That's already happened. I've got my Mahomes out of the huddle, 2nd and 10.
Yep. Okay, I'm not that far ahead of you. Not that far ahead of you, but yeah, guys, that's what I'm cheering. 2 things. I'm cheering unders, but if the Chiefs must get some yardage, let it be that boy Hollywood. Let it be Hollywood Brown. Oh, but that was clutch though, because I had Devontae Smith first TD second half. Not just to score, but like 15-1 to score the first. You just don't expect to get a wide receiver on the team that's up 27-0 to be scoring the first TD.
Oh, they found a seam and away he went.
Oof.
Good on Hurts too for having the vision to trust the open man instead of trying to play conservative.
That's secured the MVP for Hurts as well.
Yeah,
because none of the receivers have stacked all the stats. They've spread it around. Hurts has got the rushing. He's got he had a bad pick early, but he's got the 2 TDs. He's got the yards. He's got a rushing TD himself.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hurts, you can pay that out now.
At least the best thing about seeing this is we don't have to watch Taylor Swift on the screen.
Yes, very true, very true. There's some people really hurting right now, but there's lots of Chiefs haters that are very pleased. By the way, can you hear me fine? Because I've had some audio issues. But
there's been a couple. At the start, I think it was a little bit faint, but now it's okay.
It's tough. I've had to mix it up with my mic situation, but it's been worth giving it a go. And I really appreciate you jumping on, even giving me a little smoko before I was eating some snacks while you were chatting with Nettie. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Talking about the Eagles D line. We haven't seen Jalen Carter do anything yet, have we?
No.
Now you can commentate this play, but honest.
Right. Touchdown to Worthy.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, he caught it, Winny.
Got
Sorry,
it.
mate. Knees were down. Clean grab.
And the reason I'm saying I don't like it is just because that really hurts the unders. What's your guess now? Updated live total, but honest?
I think it won't be as high. Well, they're going for 2 first, so this will swing it. 2-point conversion attempt. I think live total now will probably be 51.5.
Yep, I'm going to guess that the fourth quarter total will be 13.5, and we're at 40 now, so I'm going to guess 53.5. What do you say? 51.
Yeah, only because he just missed that 2-point attempt.
Yep. Wow. You're close up. It's only 48.5.
Oof.
But we're already at 40. So that's bizarre to me because that means that the fourth quarter just moved to 49.5 juiced over.
Well, that's
that
still two scores.
It's 2 scores, yes. But like fourth quarter over under 9.5, I think is light. But, I guess it's because Philly does not need to score. So when they've got the ball, they'll just be, eating it. And like the game could end with Philly in plus territory, not trying to score, just kneeling. But I don't know, if you're betting the 49.5 right now, which is the total I've got, I don't feel like I'm 50-50. I feel like I'm an underdog.
Yeah,
and
true.
You guessed 51.5, so you feel the same way. Like if you were betting live right now, you'd get overs.
I'd probably suggest it should be 60-40. Like you'd be a 40% chance. You're an underdog for sure.
Because when the Chiefs have the ball, they're either going to score or they're going to turn it over.
Yeah.
Like there's a high likelihood. They're not punting. So
definitely not punting.
Yeah, I would really say if anyone's like looking for a bet, they're a bit like, oh damn it, the game didn't play out the way I wanted to. Like a live bet, and you're going to get time. At quarter time, you're going to get a couple of minutes where nothing will move. I feel like a fun bet is to bet the fourth quarter over, and I'm telling you that
the over too.
I don't want it, but I think Benonis and I just our instinct. Yes, 40 points already. But it is, it's a funny one when a team is up like by a massive score.
But also, you could say that the Eagles, like the game's pretty much over. They already know they've won. So why not empty the playbook a little bit? Show some expensive.
No, you're right. Like Hurts could drop back and he could be like, I probably shouldn't toss it up to double coverage to Brown, but we're up 28 points. Like screw it, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Like because he kind of knows he can afford to make a mistake. Now they're probably not thinking that way. They're probably the opposite. Like let's just play ultra conservative because this is basically unlosable. Like Philly can basically go out and kneel the rest of the game or just hug the ball and run for 2 or 3 yards and punt every
the rest of the game.
Play. Yeah, they could. So I doubt it. Like I'm certainly glad that I've already got my Devontae yards because I'm not confident any yardage is coming our way. Are there any stats you want me to have a look at? But honest, I'll just do a bit of a stat update.
Yep.
At the end of the third. So Devontae, I tipped for 50 plus. He has 69. He now leads everyone for receiving yards. Oh, not everyone on the Eagles, that is, because, of course, Worthy just had a 50-yarder. So he's got 83. Kelsey only 22 yards. And Hollywood Brown, who I need for 40-plus, is still stranded on bloody 9 yards. 4 targets, but only 1 snared catch.
Unlucky so far.
Any other stats you're looking at? You're obviously it's funny, these unders on player props are very challenging to cheer.
What was the Kareem Hunt one?
Yeah, the Hunt one's probably fine. I'll tell you now what he's got. But I'm thinking of your Saquon bet. Like you're watching every play just hoping that Saquon doesn't break it for 26 yards.
Yeah,
Such a weird bet to cheer for. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's got 9 yards. What did you get him under? About 50, 55?
45.5.
45. That would be the worst if he broke one.
Especially for him, given his age, he doesn't really have the burst.
No. Exactly. That's why I didn't go near the Chiefs running back. So I don't think he's that good either. Like he was on the couch in week 2. How good can he be?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's gotten volume over the last 6 weeks because when I can't remember his name now. Who's the other running back for the Chiefs? Pacheco. When Pacheco came back from his injury, he hasn't looked the same. So they've been given a lot of the touches to Hunt. And last week he had like a 3-year high when he had like 50 yards against the Bills. Not that he went for anything nuclear or anything, but he only got 50 yards off 12 carries, and it was his highest in 3 seasons. So I think the bookmakers overcorrected his market, whereas I'm happy to try to fade that, given that the Chiefs in a neutral grain script, it's not, but they had, P. Ryan to lean on. They had Pacheco off 2-week break. So they had a few guys that could share the back room, the backfield.
And the new element of their offense in big games is that Mahomes can run it. You don't really have that in the regular season. But in this game, there was a possibility Mahomes would have like 8 to 10 carries.
Yep.
It hasn't panned out that way, but it was another thing in your favor for that Hunt unders.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, can't get them all right. Like the one bet I did post on the Facebook page, I lost, which was the first half Chiefs not to lose the first half, which wasn't even close.
And like I'm on Eagles, but like I was impressed that you got the hook with the Chiefs because they've been basically a favorite all week, and you're getting like plus a half. I couldn't even find plus a half on Philly at $1.85, and here you are finding it like on the slight favorite. So I think your execution is right, but you're not going to win every 50-50 side. Yeah,
it was the same bet that I took in the grand final with the Panthers against Melbourne at plus half a point in the first half.
And did they? Oh, they won that with that try in the final minute, didn't they?
It was the try in the final minute that got me over the line. Yeah.
Now I am kicking myself on Saquon. I should have played his receiving overs, and like he was $3.80 to have 25 receiving yards. $3.80.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you now, Saquon has 40 receiving, man. Like
wow.
I should have had that. But I guess I've gone Eagles by margin, which has worked out all right. Like I would have gone that instead of that. So it's like either way it would have been juicy. But that was,
I guess, given the game script at 17-0 when he had 0 receiving yards, you would have thought there's no chance of catching a pass.
Yeah, it's like overall, I think my logic was just right that you want to get him the ball as many ways as you can. And they really didn't show anything in the passing game with Saquon because they were so fixated on that record. And then they also didn't really throw it to Saquon in the playoffs much because Philly had a big lead in every game. I know that the Rams game got close late, but basically Philly had like a double-digit fourth quarter lead every game. So you're not showing what you can do with Saquon in the passing game. And his yardage was 12.5. Like it was way too low. But easy for me to say now. I had the opportunity to tip it as an official tip and I didn't. So I really don't want to be like, oh, I was gonna this, gonna that. You know what I mean? You got to live with what you pick. You obviously look at like 300 markets, and
of course,
you live with what you pick. I mean, my 3 best bets was Philly plus 1.5, Devontae over 50. I'm going to go 2-0 there, but then the Hollywood Brown is probably going to lose. Now, AJ Brown just caught the ball, but you don't get anything for that because they share a surname. So, but you know what? I could still get fluky here. I could still get the Brown yardage just because it just takes one play.
That's it. You just need one.
Chiefs are going to keep slinging. Holmes isn't going to die wondering. But as for the total, I want to just see some nice safe runs, just like what I saw there. Just like what I saw there would be fine.
Well, just immediately, I hope some people listen to us in the third quarter break because the total's sitting at 51.5 at the moment.
Really? I just saw 48.5. But it probably depends where you look. I reckon I'm not looking on Toppy. Where are you looking?
I was looking on Sportsbet.
Yeah. I reckon Toppy's a bit low at 48.5.
Or maybe it's because maybe I'm 20 seconds behind, so that
nothing crazy has happened to change the total. I think it's a good opportunity with live betting that the bookies are not always aligned because you've got no time to like double check. It's just like what your algorithm is telling you it should be. Yeah, more rushing, but yeah, like Philly's probably going to score on this drive too. So it's going to go over. I think Toppy's off their head with this total. And I mean, now Toppy's at 49.5. It's just gone up to 50.5. But the over is $2.15. I actually think like their calculator is broken here. I'd be shocked if there's not 10 more points in this game. At least.
Thanks for calling points.
What am I missing? Are you trying to put a live bet on? Can you hear me, Padonis? I think Padonis is having a punt right now. Or maybe he's got some work.
I might just have to go reset my internet. Sorry.
Oh, did it cut out? You're all right, mate. Really appreciate you joining me. Only
Good. I
jump in
might
again.
try to jump on later on. Are you going to try to stick around, do a recap, Jacob, or what are you thinking?
Well, I'll be that burnt out. People will be that burnt out from me. I feel like the recap is just like talking in the fourth quarter, man. Honestly,
Yeah,
the
fair
way
enough.
it's turned out. So just you're welcome. Jump back in whenever you want. Always welcome, bro. Appreciate
All
your
good,
time.
guys.
Thanks, man. See ya.
See you, mate.
Good old Padonis. Good to have him. Good to actually be able to talk to someone so I'm not just a madman talking to myself the whole time. Yeah, guys. I'm just warning you now, this fourth quarter is basically just me cheering unders. All right, so that's going to be so lame. I'm going to be cheering every sack. I'm going to be cheering every short run, every incomplete pass. Philly's going to call timeout here. I want him to miss this field goal. Just check my phone. Clarky says he's very happy with the game so far. I shared my tips with him this morning. Oh, Devontae, you beautiful man. All right, so here comes the field goal attempt by Elliott. If he went over like longest field goal, this is the opportunity because I think he's about to get a 50-yarder. Indoors, there's no wind. But I want this to miss. Although I do have Philly 20 plus, that's not a certainty yet either. So I'm very conflicted on that. Anyway, he kicked it. The field goal was true. So that puts the total at 43.5. Chiefs ball. Looking at my phone, looking at anything else I should be cheering for that I've forgotten about. Hollywood Brown, sorry, like obviously it's pretty annoying hearing me repeat like the best I'm going for myself, but I just shared on the Super Bowl preview, so maybe a few of you are on this with me, and that's what you get when you watch me watching a game for 4 hours. I'm going to be very repetitively like talking about how my bet will win or lose, and that's what I'm going to be thinking about. Philly margins certainly looking good. Devontae Smith last TD as well, but that's too greedy. Hollywood Brown last TD is still possible. Hollywood Brown anytime. Can we get it back? Imagine if Hollywood Brown scores last and I get it anytime as well. Alright, that's all happening today, guys. You know you're a sicko when you got that many different bets on and you got to like check the pending. Just to remind yourself what to cheer for, as if I somehow have power over what happens. I've got Jalen Hurts 60 plus yards in a same game. How many rushes Jalen
Oh, he's got 72. As long as he doesn't lose any. And then kneel him 3 times. That could be clutch as well. We'll see. Let me know, if anyone is still watching this, let me know if you've got any bets in the balance. We can try and cheer your bets on too. But yeah, Chiefs are going to come out, start with it at probably at 30. And then Paddy, it's not going to kill you to get the ball to Hollywood. And I've said it 100 times. Barkley, if you run any Barkley props, guys, you are running out of time. And I said at the start of the stream, the only bet I would have gone on Barkley was over on carries. He has 22 carries, but he's 50 yards, he's 0 touchdowns at the moment. Oh, and I would have gone over Barkley receiving, which has got 40. I'm kicking myself just because the juice on that, that was a perfect ladder opportunity. Barkley, 6 catches. He's nearly got the same number of catches as he's had in like the last 2 months. Okay, you guys know I'm not petty. I'm not going to go back to all the people that gave me great specific feeling. But I was just going to read it to myself. So I got receipts. I'll read it to you guys, but I won't say who commented these things. Oh, my internet's kind of struggling because I've got so many different things connected at the moment. We'll see how we go. All right, okay, here's the problem with the total. Oh, Toppy's pulled it. Oh no! It's a turnover. See, that's just gonna make the game go further over. Oh, that's crazy. This is crazy. That's what I said. The team's either scoring or they're turning it over. Oh, we just don't need, buddy, more and more and more points. We've got enough points. Stroke sack. Try and tell me he was throwing it to Hollywood. Oh, he probably was throwing it to Hollywood too. That's disgusting. If you got sack on for a TD, you got a big chance right here. He's gonna get a few carries. Whew. Oh, that was a massive personal foul there, and they didn't call it. No, that's not roughing the passer. If it was roughing the passer, that would be first down Chiefs. Crazy. Another sack. This is what I said in the preview. Philadelphia 0 sacks 2 years ago. Today it's 6 sacks. That's the difference. The Philly D-line. Oh.
Talking about the makeup of this roster, Howie Roseman, who's the general manager, his last 4 drafts. The first 3 rounds of each draft, that's 12 players, all of them play on this team. Everyone is an impactful player, from Jalen Saunders to a Cam Jennings to a Cooper DeJean to a Quinyon Mitchell, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis.
How are you, my man?
And that's how you get.
And it's fun.
I'll tell you what, Tommy, of course, we know Tommy. He's commented plenty of times. He's a fucking good friend of mine. He made a fantastic point before, and we sort of touched on it the other day about, it is the Mahomes, it's the Reed, it's the versus Jalen Hurts, it's the Barkley thing, but 100%, man, it is about the team, and sometimes teams are just better. This offensive line, defensive line are just dominating this game. It's unreal. And again, people will probably get bored. I mean, if you're a bit of a casual NFL fan, seeing this score, you might have tuned out, man. But Philadelphia and what they're bred into and what it's about that city to win this sort of way, especially backed by someone who no one really backs, along with their defensive line, is fantastic, man. These guys are playing so well.
Spot on, man. That's why I picked Philly. Like, they are the better team. They're better overall by far. And everyone.
Everyone said this for a long time, right? Like, everyone said, and everyone would have said it for this game as well. Like, top to bottom, Philadelphia are the better team, but it's still Mahomes and Andy Reid, right? And I think we touched on it on the Super Bowl preview, is that one-score games, eventually it flips the other way. And, I mean, it hasn't been that many unlucky things in this game. There has been, obviously, turnovers and whatnot, but it's not like there have been dodgy ones other than what we just saw just before from Pat Mahomes and that fumble. But they're just a better team, man. Like, these guys are completely dominating every facet of the game. And it's strange. Like, usually when you get to the big game like this, you are one of the better teams. And record-wise, they were one of the better teams. But top to bottom, have a go at these guys, man. Jalen Hurts, he was laughed out of college. He was replaced by Tua. Me and Jeremy, obviously, you know him as well. It was a fun thing to bet his passing yards under in college. And have a go at the bloke here. Again, whether if you're a Chiefs fan or not, you got to root for these guys, mate. You really do.
Hey, the one-score thing hasn't changed. Because this ain't going to be a one-score game. There's still a one-score game.
Say that again. Sorry, mate. You dropped out.
You said like that the one-score game is going to eventually change, but it's not actually the one-score stat hasn't changed because this game is one-score game.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously it's not, but you know what I mean? Like, you need a lot of things to go your way to win one-score games. You need fumbles to bounce in your favour and all that sort of stuff. But in this game, it's like, yes, there are no really coin flip things, but it's just, and you're right, from front to back, they've just been kicked in the teeth.
I'll try and be completely fair. The first touchdown was on the back of the personal foul for a hit on, I think it was on Goddard, who went to the second.
If this motherfucker misses a field goal after what I've been put through for Jake Elliott this whole game, I'm going to shoot myself on live television.
I want him to miss, but you're watching it quicker than me, so you can tell me.
It's coming back. Fucking hell.
Did he get it?
He got it, but it's coming back.
Oh, what?
How delayed is that feed you watching, mate? What are you watching it on?
I'm only like 5 seconds behind you. Like, bro, when you signed off earlier, and you're like, oh, boys, I'm not going to tell you what happened. I knew it was going to be a and I'm just thinking, I hope it's Devontae. And his first touchdown, and I got his cards, man. I love you.
It's funny as well, like the most public bet was obviously Goddard yards as well. And I think he's sitting on 27. He had that big one earlier, and that's obviously looking less and less likely. Oh, please, Jake Elliott. Oh, please!
Oh, no!
The Goddard. No, we're still good, baby. We're still good. No, the Goddard receiving, like, it is the most public bet ever. And he had that early one, big catch early against that man coverage across the middle. And they haven't had to use him. They will not use him here on out. And that's the funny side, man. Is no matter what, you can look at stats, you can look at everything. Kansas City give up the most receiving yards to the tight ends. But at the end of the day, if I don't need you, I don't fucking need you.
This game is similar to the Super Bowl 4 years ago. Everybody forgets like that never happened.
Yeah.
Beat by 20 points, they were the favourite. And that's why I'm saying it was good by double digits.
Yeah.
Can't ever get cut. Some of the stuff you're saying about how the Eagles are just more complete team, I mean, you can also say that about the 49ers last year, to be fair. But the Chiefs were just really on last time, and it went to overtime.
No, 100%. But like, there's a few things that go in Philadelphia's favour in this one. Like we've spoken about in our previous pods, like Spags is phenomenal at shutting down the opposing team's run games, right? But in this game, and we spoke about it, for Philadelphia to be as successful as what they are, we're going to need it from Hurts more than anything. Sorry, I'm just getting a durry out. No one tell my missus. And they're going to need him to pass, and he has. He's thrown phenomenal. He's just... Sorry?
There's no way she's going to see this. It's not like she's doesn't have faith.
Come on.
Hey, brother.
Do you want to say it again?
Hey, man. Can I bum a smoke off you, please?
Yeah, please. You're right, man. You're all good.
I got a fucking pouch somewhere.
Yeah, pouches go missing, brother. Same as bags.
I still got that.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. Like Hey?
I know what you're doing later.
No, man. Like, I'll tell you what, if that Dotson reception came through, I would not be going into work tomorrow, but I actually have a HR case that I need to answer to, so surprise, surprise. That's all right.
And I'm checking my receipts here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who said this, but I said it is possible for a quiet win by the Eagles. We saw them lose as in the Super Bowl favourite by 22. And this person said, yeah, they had no O-line in the game. It is literally impossible for the Chiefs to get blown out.
Literally impossible for them to get blown out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got receipts.
Look at Sirianni. Hey, man, it's like, and again, like I don't want to particularly pile on Matty and Luke because they're hurting right now, and I've been in the exact situation that they've been in, but it's a little bit funny, man. Like this is the hard thing. Like if you want to sit there and run your mouth and all that sort of shit about them being the greatest, eventually it's going to come back to bite you, and this is the game where it is biting them in the ass big time. There you go. Like that, you'll see. The play that comes up here, that is exactly what they should have been doing. And surprisingly, they've not been doing the whole game. They've done this the whole season. Ball out quick, short yardage, and what do you see there? What is this? 2nd and 1. Bizarre, mate. Bizarre.
It's been probably wrong more than anybody. I've done this pod for like 10 years. I've shared more wrong tips than anybody. I'm not like, I don't want to personally have a go at people who are hurting, who've tracked the teams and have had a really good I am just kind of making fun of the fact people act like it's preposterous when you say that their favourite team won't win. And people think you're insane. When you're wrong, like people were practicing like you're the game. I just said, I think the Bills are a team, you know? But it's just like, when games like and I don't know what goes into their minds, but people who think that the Chiefs are 10 points better than everyone else in the league, right?
That's the strange thing, man, is they've done this for a hell of a long time where they're not better than people. It's really frustrating right now. It's sitting at 46. They're going to drive down. If they get a touchdown, you know what it's going to land on, don't you? 52.
Yeah.
And this, I'm sure Philadelphia is in prevent right now, but this is exactly what they should have done early on.
Yeah. Hollywood. Oh, it's everyone but Hollywood.
Insane, man. There you go, another quick out. Get those completions up, baby. Get those completions up.
Are you still a chance of winning that?
I beg your pardon?
Are you still a chance of winning that?
I don't know what he's on right now. I think it's probably a bit of a long shot at the moment, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, we're in there, because I imagine...
He's got 15.
Maybe, because I don't imagine Philadelphia are going to be too aggressive on their next possession, mate.
How many do you need?
Actually, I might be fucked. Jesus Christ. Crazy. I think the number that I need, sorry, is about 24. So I'm definitely cooked.
That's a lot.
What's the answer at wide receiver?
Oh, Hollywood.
Insane, isn't it? And another thing that I was really high on was like Samaji Perine. I thought that he would have come into the game a hell of a lot more, especially in that receiving role, but it's just hasn't been there. Like Pacheco was in that last one. It's fucking, I do not understand it. Like we spoke about the other day, like the amount of people that are on these, you know, across the roster, that's a flag. Go for it. Yeah, that's going to come back. The amount of people that are on this roster, right, it doesn't scare you. If they spread you out against a 5 wide, you're not overly concerned. But they're still just constantly doing it. And they're going to come back. Yeah. Have we had any Chiefs people come in at all? Has anyone phoned in?
I mean, to give credit to Luke said that the Chiefs are simply better than everyone else in the league by far. Those Chiefs are far better. So kind of the exact opposite of what he said in the preview, but at least he's actually here.
No, 100%. I'll give him credit for that, for sure. You cannot just say that it's Reid Mahomes and that's all you need, though. That's all I will say personally. But hey, they're not starting shit. They're just having a bit of fun. 40-6, we're having a bit of fun.
Betting though, like everybody else has turned off the game, but I'm still on the edge of my seat. I need under.
Yeah.
Under. Cash. I'm like,
enjoying the moment some.
It's a big play. Oh, look out.
But I don't think it's going to go.
P-Ron, there we go. He ran one. Fantastic. Yeah, this is looking grim, mate.
What annoys me is that those Chiefs turnovers are all in their own red zone. Either Chiefs turnover, Eagles red zone. And what else? What about this, Eddie? The Eagles have 40 points and Saquon didn't get a TD.
Who is that? Is that Noah Gray? No, he ran. What's up, sorry, mate?
I said the Eagles have 40 touchdowns.
Sorry, mate, you were dropping in and out there, brother.
And I might let you sign off because there's a fair bit of background noise. So you got any final thoughts for us?
They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. They don't like us. We don't care. That's about it.
Like now,
love you.
That's just 3 yards. Right, thanks, bro. Give Hollywood Brown touchdown, maybe. Could we get that? Could we get a Hollywood Brown touchdown to end the day? Is that asking too much? Probably. Absolute legend, Eddie, though. Appreciate that. Tackle, tackle. Oh, I'm going to get backdoored here with this bloody total. Well, not backdoored, but like the soft late TD, the meaningless TD. I guess there's a lot of other people out there with their same game that need the over, so it always goes both ways. For every hard luck story, there's a win for somebody else in it. But oh, I tell you, I'd love a turnover here. Why do I feel like there's 0% chance of like a strip sack or an intercept now? But when Mahomes on his own 20, he's giving the ball away like 3 times in a row. Hollywood, he's open. Last TD. No, there's a flag. No. Oh, that last TD. You kidding me? What are you going to call a pick? Unless it's on the defense. Are they looking at? Oh, he's wide open. Oh, it's offensive pass interference. You're kidding me. I mean, maybe that saves me with the total, but I had Hollywood Brown anytime. I had Hollywood Brown. Smith-Schuster with the pass interference on the pick. Hollywood, 17-1. You're joking. Now I hope there's no touchdown. Get a sack. Get him. Oh, don't let him run the whole way. Garbage. Oh, that is brutal, fellas. Nearly got Hollywood. Now I can see it unfolding. I can see him wide open. And he dots him up. And like that pick did not get him through. Well, it probably did. But I reckon he probably still scores without it. Oh, it's so annoying. And Paddy Scampers for like 15 yards there. So you know, there's 0% chance that KC don't score here. They're going to break my heart. You know it. Here it is. I need a turnover or a sack. Need a sack right now. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. Of course it's Hopkins instead of Brown. Now it goes over. Oh, that is ridiculous. What a joke. Obviously, I've done really well today. Like, cleaned up, but I wanted to absolutely clean up. Oh, that's just rude. Hopkins has done nothing all game. So right now, the total goes over. So the margin is 28. There's still a chance that Philly they can blow this 20-point lead. I need a 20-plus win. 15-1. You've got to be kidding me, though. That's just cruel. Like, that never goes the other way, does it? Adding the 2-point conversion, we'll see if it stands. But Hollywood Brown actually scores last and they take it off the board. What a joke. If Philly gets an onside kick here, I would actually lose the 20-plus win. What's the call? Counts. It's only a 26-point margin. Yeah, I'm losing this if Chiefs score again. I'm losing my 15-1 play, that is. Unless, like, if the Chiefs have to score again, it would be Hollywood, but it won't be. It won't be. Oh, guys, that was cruel. Actually, really good both touchdown scores. And like, you can still throw it to Brown, but no, of course it's Hopkins, and he could kick and drop it, but of course he snares it. I'm starting to get tired now, but anyway, we've had a pretty good run, guys. I'll stick it out to the end. I know we don't have too many viewers that are sticking with me, but we'll stick it to the end, but I'm just like, nothing else is really. Well, yeah, I'll stick it out till all the bets are decided. Obviously, the bingo. I don't think we've got either team getting a 4-down conversion, which is pretty shocking to me, but I think I just got that very wrong. We've got the Devonta Smith touchdown. So if we would have got those 4-down conversions, we would have won. But we also, the field goal was 2 yards too long after the false start. So
we sort of had a good opportunity. I mean, Philly went for it on 4th down. KC went for it on 4th down. They didn't get it. So, yeah, I could be in a little bit of strife here if this. Whoa! Oh my goodness! The Chiefs nearly recovered that onside kick. And just to explain again, I've got Philly by 19 or more, which is the biggest hold line you could do on Toby. They was paying 15 to 1. And they were up 34, but the Chiefs scored 8. And if the Chiefs got the ball there, I probably would have lost. And even so, the Chiefs made, I don't know, actually, do you use your timeouts when you're down 26, or do you just call it a day? Like maybe Philly will just kneel this out, which means I just need to keep an eye on that Jalen Hurts rushing. Because I've got him 60 plus. And he's got 72, so there's no chance Jalen Hurts can. There's no chance Jalen Hurts can lose 12 yards fully. Oh, you know, I still would have been under. No. I had some off under 51.5, just thinking if, well, the Gatorade, it's going to be lime. It's going to be yellow or green, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's yellow. So Tristan's not happy with that. He said, everyone bet on that. I actually heard there was an episode of Pardon My Take, and the boys interviewed Lane Johnson, and he said that the Gatorade is always like lime or yellow. So then I was thinking, well, if Philly wins, it's going to be lime or yellow. But then I heard that the odds dropped to like $1.30 for a yellow Gatorade, and I was thinking, well, if the Chiefs win, it might not be yellow. So it would have been a great one to bet the second that podcast came out. I think people did. Because the odds for yellow Gatorade went from like $3 to $1.30. So well done if you found that. Tristan's not happy. I'll share my commiserations. Put them on the total. So, alright, so look, I'm just going to hang around just a couple more minutes. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. Let me know, like, your kind of feedback. I really apologise if the sound wasn't as good as it needed to be, so I'm going to get a better mic. But I just want to hang around and see, is there anything else in the balance? So we've got the backups are in. So it's impossible for Hurts to lose the rushing yardage. The only thing that Chiefs have got no timeouts left, so the Chiefs aren't seeing this ball. So this is your final score. So that late KC touchdown is going to send game over. Let me just do around the grounds on the stats. Jalen Hurts is going to get an MVP. He went over on his passing yards by 10 yards, 220, 70 on the ground, 2 touchdowns, 1 hit, and 1 rushing, which was the first hit of the game. We do cash like best bet on Devontae's 50 yards. He ended up with 69, and he did score as well, which was $3.40. We are going to lose my tip on Hollywood Brown. He got probably enough targets. Hollywood Brown, 6 targets, but only 2 catches for 15. And of course, the touchdown wiped off the board late. So lame. So we lose that. So we got 2 and 1 on best bets. We get the $4.50 MVP, which again, Winny shared the same. And the bingo falls short. We won 2 of the legs. What we need is 4. But as I said, like for 4 downs, a couple close ones. Field goal misses by a yard and a half. But that's my bad. I lost that. JK, the Gatorade was yellow. And yeah, no real need to do a wrap up. I really appreciate it. We've got Adonis in here, we've got Eddie. We did get Undertaker promised me a join, but I think it's understandable reasons. You know what though? This is not over. This is not over. I feel like I just missed a play because my display is saying it's 4th down, which means Philly will have to punt, which means the Chiefs will get the ball one more time. So could we still? This could go good or bad. This could absolutely crush my margin if the Chiefs score again. But we could get some free yardage. Obviously, that's very wishful thinking. But is it possible that the Chiefs could just dump one off the Hollywood Bears still have to run 25 yards? Yeah, I mean, 25 yards from Hollywood. You've got no chance of winning the game. You're down 26. Like, what will the Chiefs do? Will they just kneel it out? So I'll stay on mine until we find out the outcome, just to settle our bets. And then I'll call it a day, guys. I'm open to doing more of these in the future and improving them.
Hopefully you guys appreciated having the live odds, updating the score and stuff like the down distance. Love to do some rugby league related ones, but it's really just trying to do what you guys would enjoy or appreciate. Really long break here for the 2 in the morning, but even the MVP, there's no reason to kind of hang around and find everyone that. That's already signed, sealed, and delivered. So yeah, the only thing that's on my radar is Chiefs passing. Like Mahomes over under was 250, and he has 207 right now. If you backed Mahomes over on yards, you're dead in the water. But the thing is, Carson Wentz about to walk out here, so I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. But all I want to check is, do the Chiefs throw any more passes in this game? Because it could still swing some props. Mahomes, it probably went under on rushing. He had 25 rushing. I saw Mahomes rushing yards more like 28. So that's tough. Because I thought that was pretty highly likely. So we're going to get a Philly punt. Hopefully they're not going to go to another ad break after the Philly punt. We're nearing it. We may actually even get out of here before 4 hours, but we'll see. Geez, they're going for it. So if Philly gets this and scrap everything I said, then it'd be able to kneel territory. But if Philly doesn't get it, I wish they punted it. Geez, I really wish they punted it. Oh no. There's 2 minutes left here. My Philly 20 plus is in strife here. I feel like now I'm going to get the worst backdoor. I'm going to get Hollywood Brown doesn't get the yards, but Philly doesn't win 20 plus. Can you imagine not winning Philly 20 plus from where they were at? Can you imagine? Oh, this is very concerning. Why would you not punt on half? I mean, I get it. Mahomes is still out there. But guys, if you need his overs, we need a touchdown. He's just pegging it in the end zone. Oh my goodness! He got it. And it's worthy. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Well, they're 20 plus. I need them to go for 2 and not get it. They're going to go for 2. Mahomes just went over on his passing yards on that play. Can you believe what's happening? This is punting for you guys. The game's been over for an hour, and yet all these props are still getting decided. That is insane. And it's like he gets into a receiver, and of course it's not Hollywood Brown. They're going for 2, so my 20 plus comes down to a 2-point conversion. Get after him! No! Oh my! Oh! You've got to be kidding me! They get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. You've got to be kidding me! And of course, Hopkins winds back the clock. That is ridiculous. My wife just popped in at the perfect time. That is ridiculous. It was 40-6. It was 40-6. It's fine for you to score 2 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes, but not to get the 2-point conversion on both of them. Oh, that's my pain. I've enjoyed this game too much, so it has to end in pain. Now we'll probably get an onside kick and another touchdown. If the Chiefs recover this, I've seen it all. Okay, so that's your final score now. It's because they went for it on 4th down. Oh, I've seen it all. They win by 18. I know that, Nettie had Dotson 100-1, but he didn't tip it in the group. I had Philly 20+. I didn't tip it in the group. So I think that's just the ultimate karma, is if you keep something to yourself and you get long odds, you're not destined to win that. How have Philly not won that game by 20? That's disgusting. Disgusting. All right, well, as Roman says, Rob, I'm not happy to leave it there. I'll give it a good slog. We've come in just under 4 hours. Everything's decided. That's pretty insane. Mahomes went over on his pass yards on that final play. Worthy ends up with a massive amount of yards. He might have actually, if you had like a playoff leader in receiving yards, you might have actually won with Worthy on that final play. I'm not 100% sure if he ended up getting more than Downey Brown. Every other, like Hopkins over was only like 12, so you literally Hopkins hit it with that late TD. Hollywood Brown did it. It's fine if you have to have a touchdown. Yeah, it's Hollywood Brown, but no, of course not. And then for the Eagles, yeah, receivers, AJ Brown went under, Dawson went over, got it went under. So the only receiver that went over, apart from Dawson, who nobody bet, was Devontae Smith. So I mean, we've done the right thing there. Honestly, the results have gone really well, and I'm trying to tip that I had to myself, which would have been so sweet, so clutch, would have been so nice, but no one else really cares about that, and I'm going to be okay because I went Eagles by more than 10, by more than 12, and by more than 19, which are like the 3 toppy margins that you could play. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as they say. Thanks for tuning in all summer long, really, guys. Hope you enjoyed some of the American sports content and put together. I am actually planning to live stream the NBA 3-point shootout, which is my specialty, the NBA All-Star weekend event. And then, of course, well, even before that, it's all attention to the rugby league. I need to have a bounce-back season. Right in a good year this year, that really might be the band. So I'm very determined, very focused on that, and still working it all out what we can bring you this year. But I really want to bring you high level, really up to the tripod standard, the tripod man. But I appreciate everyone that tuned in today for any amount of time over these 4 hours. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Hopefully, we're on some of our Philly-related plays or props today, and so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Winnie signing out, guys. There you go.